Sweets, go ahead and let me know when you're good to go. Okay, cool. So, welcome everybody to Descent into Avernus. So, let me start with an intro. Our story begins in the grand city of Elturel, a shining beacon of hope situated on the banks of the river Chianthar. The city is known across the Sword Coast for its unwavering devotion to justice and the forces of good. Its people have cultivated a deep sense of duty to uphold the principles of law and order, making it a stronghold for paladins, clerics, and righteous warriors. And, of course, the city's most famous and defining feature is the holy relic known as the Companion, a massive glowing sphere, almost like a second burning sun, which floats in the sky directly above the cityscape, bathing the streets in soft golden light. Many citizens of Elturel worship the Companion as their holy protector, sent by the heavens. And I'm going to change the image here to show you a cool image of Elturel, so you guys can see the nice golden light emitted by the Companion. All right, so some background. So for the city, 50 years ago, it was discovered that the city had been secretly overtaken by a vampire lord working from the shadows. After taking control, he sent his horde of vampire spawn to feast on the captive citizenry. After many terrible nights of bloodshed, a man named Thavius Krieg, a priest of the god Torm, desperate to put an end to the city's torment, called up to the heavens and prayed for salvation to any gods who would answer. And answer they did. A massive, glowing golden sphere, the Companion, appeared in the sky, its holy radiance vanquishing the undead vampire spawn and sending their lord crawling back to the shadows. For his heroic efforts in saving the city, Thavius Krieg was named High Overseer, declaring him the new ruler of Elturel. And for the last 50 years, the Companion has remained in the sky above, a symbol of hope and a bulwark against evil. So I'm actually going to put an image of Thavius Krieg in the campaign info channel in the Discord.
Quick question, but is this a previous adventure game? Like, it seems like something. Is this just completely standalone with Descent into Avernus, Parker? This event that happened, or is this from a separate source? If you know.
You mean what I just described?
Yeah.
No, that's in the actual lore.
Okay, so it's not something like a game or something. Okay, for some reason that was like, huh? I got a weird sense of deja vu.
No, yeah, that's the actual lore of the city.
Okay.
All right, so with that intro out of the way, let me change the music and the mood. All right, so now let me set out the scene for all of you as we begin. It is currently midday here in Elturel. Both the natural sunlight and the holy golden light emitting from the Companion feel warm and tingly against your skin. You are standing in the main market square of the city, and all around you is the everyday hustle and bustle of people going about their business. Merchants peddling their wares, food stalls roasting flanks of meat or baking fresh loaves of bread, horse-drawn wagons and carts wheeling up and down the busy streets. For most, it's just a normal day, same as any other. For you, however, today is very important. During your time here in the city, your party, as a group of burgeoning adventurers, have found yourselves in the employment of an organization known as the Hell Riders. The Hell Riders are a legendary group of paladins and clerics who have stood as Elturel's righteous guardians for generations. They are the primary military force of the city and handle most matters of policing and protection. Typically, they are great enough in number that they do not need to hire outside help. However, recently a conflict broke out far to the north in Waterdeep, and a contingent of Hell Riders volunteered to assist in bringing a swift end to it. So, the organization has now found itself somewhat undermanned, and that's where you guys came in. You were recruited by a young officer in the organization by the name of Rhea Mantlemorn. And I'm going to drop an image of Rhea Mantlemorn here, because she's an important person. Rhea Mantlemorn. Rhea needed your services for a number of small tasks, and you all completed those tasks successfully, proving yourselves to be reliable contract workers. So, last night she came to the Adventuring Guild Hall, where your party meets during your free time, and told you all to meet her in the main market square at midday today, and to steel yourself, because this new mission she has for you will be the most dangerous one yet. Alright, so let's see which of your characters we're going to meet first. So just to recap, you guys are all, you're in, the scene takes place in the main market square of Elturel. So there's just civilians going about their day-to-day business here. And you guys can now, I'm going to roll a d6, and we'll just go in the order of what the d6 rolls, of each of you introducing your character, what they look like, anything special about them, what they might be doing in the market square currently. You guys all, as we discussed during our session 0, you guys all know each other already. You've already formed your adventuring party. So in-game, your characters won't be like introducing themselves to each other, but you can introduce your character to us, the players. So let me go ahead and change the image to the market. All right, so I'm going to roll a d6 here. Let me get out a d6 from my little dice bag. All right, so got a 4. All right, first up is Tabby. So, what is your character doing? What do they look like? The floor is yours. Abby, if you're talking, we can't hear you. Oh, maybe she's AFK. All right.
I'm back.
Oh,
Sorry.
there you are. No problem.
I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. What was the last thing you heard?
You were just about to roll the die. and-
Okay. Well, I rolled the die and got you. So, yeah. So, if
Cool.
you would like, could you describe your character and what their name is and what they look like? Maybe anything special about them that you want us to know, and what they might be doing currently in the market square as they await
Okay.
Rhea to come join them.
All right. My character is Rowan Renatus. She is a 4-foot gray tiefling with long black hair braided into like 2 braids that kind of fades into red. She looks a little bit scary, but also kind of like a teddy bear at the same time. She has bright red eyes, and she only weighs about 80 pounds, but she's covered in tattoos, and she is probably just sitting off to the side, sharpening her giant great axe.
Awesome. All right. I will roll the die again. All right, I got a 2, which is Ryan, and unfortunately Ryan couldn't make it to this session, so his character will be left out of the events that take place. All right, I got a 5. Sweets, that will be you next. Please describe what your character looks like, what their name is, and anything special you might want us to know about them, and what they might be doing in this market square as you are all awaiting for Rhea to show up.
Okay, sorry. So, I am Alina Rolfur. I am an Elven Druid. I was found by a Druid by the Star Mountains, and I was found with 2 humans that were dead by me. But I grew up in the Grove with a wonderful woman named Alara, and I had to end up venturing away from the Grove because life happens, and as you grow up, you move on sometimes. And my journey took me here, and I was just walking, window shopping, looking at all the little trinkets and all the stalls, waiting for everybody.
Okay, cool. Do you want to purchase anything, or just window shopping?
Just looking around for now. Seeing if I
All
can
right.
find anything.
Yeah, there's plenty of interesting doodads and trinkets for you to peruse. There's a bunch of merchants who are trying to sell things to you, but it seems like you're disinterested. You do see Rowan, who you've met before because you guys have formed a party together, sitting off to the side, sharpening her great axe. All right, I'll roll the dice again, and I got a 1. So, Raiden, please introduce your character.
All right. Alphonse is a 5'11" human with reddish black hair. Has a bit of a more of a like calisthenics type build, not like more lean rather than like big muscular type, so more skinny strong. He's got a black bow on his, just kind of holstered on his back, and a rapier on the side, and just dressed with this kind of dark colored studded leather armor, and he's just walking around the marketplace. We're all together technically. We're all together at the marketplace waiting for our contact, right?
Yeah, you could be doing anything you want in the market square, but you guys are all grouped together.
I'd like to be on like a ceiling, like a rooftop somewhere,
Sure.
hidden, and just watching, like kind of like taking point, watching from above.
All right, yeah. I'll say that. No, he's Alphonse. Yeah, I'll say that you're able to easily do a little parkour and jump up a wall and chill on a little rooftop. It's pretty low to the ground. You're not like up on a skyscraper or anything. And just surveying all of the people coming and going. Still no sign of Rhea at this moment. All right, I'll roll the die again.
Oh, a small little fact.
Sure.
You guys know his name is Alphonse, but he'll always introduce to NPCs his name is Damien.
Yes. For some reason he is hiding his true name to people he distrusts. Okay, and I believe I rolled a 6, so that would be Trevor. Please introduce your character.
Alright. So, my character's name, it's Giles Giles Warde. He's a human. Just past 40 years. He's got grayish black hair. Wearing a nice, really nice, like black coat and pants. I have a little violin, fiddle case, like over one shoulder, and I have a walking cane. Not like a small one, but like one I don't need to like bend over for, but like I have a nice walking cane with a golden like knob at the end of it, and I honestly, my character, if we were just waiting and like chilling in a marketplace, I'd definitely be trying to haggle some fruit or something.
Sure.
Like I'd be trying to get like really good deals on fruit.
So yeah, you see.
I'm not a huge fan of bread rations.
Sure, you see an old woman has an apple cart set up in the corner of the market square. Look pretty cheap. It's only like 2 copper per apple.
2 copper per apple. How about I get 10 apples for 10 copper? Silver.
She kind of squints at you, trying to gauge your character. If you're just
I give her a little like smile, like a really bullshitting smile.
She's an older woman, maybe in her like 70s or 80s, so pretty wrinkly and gray-haired. And she gives you a wink, a sly little wink, and then says, "All right, that's fine."
All right.
And she'll bundle up the bundle of apples and give it to you.
Cool. Yeah, that'd probably be all I'd be doing. I'd just be trying to get deals and stuff, including that. So.
And then she individually bites onto every single copper piece to see if it's a real piece of copper.
I see.
And you can tell she's missing more than a few teeth.
Used to thieves, I see.
Okay. And last but not least would be Brendan. Could you please describe your character and what they might be doing?
Yeah, so Grush Deva. Deva's kind of like his last name, so you can just call him Grush. Known as Grush. He is a 6'5" Goliath bald character with gray skin and an eye patch over what is a missing eye. 6'5" sounds a little tall until you think the fact he's a Goliath. He's definitely on the very short side, considered a runt among Goliaths. He middle age, about 30, 32. I think, what did I write? I wrote down, 32. And he is wearing just simple brown robes, not really tattered, but definitely worn, used. He's had them for a while. Comfortable robes, I guess. And he's done his shopping already. He's gone around. He's gotten his basic supplies, and he is kind of standing in the under an awning in the shade. And you see him. He's holding a very battered tin cup that you've seen him. He just carries around. It's his. He uses, and he's taking his hand and creating a fist in the air in front of him, and using his elementalism cantrip to like squeeze the air. It looks like as if he's like squeezing something, and water goes into the cup, and he's just keeping himself cool in the shade and sipping and just kind of watching the marketplace around him.
Awesome. Do you want to say that he is standing beneath the awning that Alphonse is like sitting on top of and looking out across the market square?
Yeah, that works.
All right, cool. So, as you guys are all going about your business in the market square for a couple minutes, eventually you all come together in the center, because it's right about midday when Rhea should be coming to greet you all and speak of the devil, and she appears. So, you all hear a voice call out towards you from down the street. "Forgive my tardiness. I hope you haven't been waiting too long." You all recognize the voice belongs to your employer, Rhea Mantlemorn, the officer of the Hell Riders. She's a young woman in her early 20s with coppery hair and a friendly disposition. You all hear the sound of her split mail armor clinking against itself as she hurries toward down the cobblestone street. And when she finally gets to your position, she lets out a breath of relief. Whew, hard work moving in this, she says, motioning to her full set of heavy armor. You can see she has beads of sweat running down the sides of her head. She puts a gauntleted hand up to her forehead to shade it from the light and looks up at the companion shining brightly in the sky above. Beautiful day, ain't it? Weather seems to be working in our favor. Almighty Tyr must have judged us worthy to perform our task. And for those who don't know, Tyr is the god of justice in D&D. And in Elturel, they worship all of the holy and noble gods, and he would definitely fall under that pantheon. So Rhea looks back to all of you and says, all right, now that we're all gathered here, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you this since I first hired you a couple weeks back. How do y'all know each other exactly? And she just looks to all of you.
I'll just look and be like, well, I guess the Adventuring Guild. Don't really do much besides that. Just go and put your name down and they throw you into a group.
Really?
Sort of thing.
Is that how it works?
Not 100% certain, but I think that's how it works.
And y'all like each other? You work well? So far you've accomplished all my tasks, but they haven't been too difficult.
Like is a strong word.
Oh, all right.
We work great together. It's kind of nervous. Just remember the guy exploding. Yeah, we work great together.
She just kind of smiles, maybe partially oblivious to what you're hinting at. All right, well that's good because we're gonna need some good teamwork today. I'll promise you that. All right, so this mission today may end up being incredibly dangerous, so I hope you're all up for it. If you aren't willing to put your life on the line, though, there's no shame in backing out now. Just know that everything we do is for the protection of this city and the innocent people here. And she looks around at all the everyday citizens who are going about their business in the market square all around you guys. Are you guys in? She asks, and her eyes meet each of yours in turn, awaiting your responses.
What question?
Why, yes, of course.
Will this require combat? Will we have to fight enemies?
I reckon there's a good chance of that, yes.
Alright, I immediately just snap my fingers and I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself. So I have now an ethereal, whitish hue or glow.
Sure.
Always be prepared.
I will say it might be some time before the combat begins, but good looking out.
I kind of just do a nervous chuckle, oh, well, you never know.
So yeah, she's asking each of you, are you guys still ready to, are you guys ready to accept this mission? Even though it could be dangerous?
Is the danger pay good?
Oh, I thought you might ask. Because of the potential risk involved, the High Rider, which you guys would know is the leader of the Hell Riders, the High Rider has given me permission to pay each of you 50 gold pieces up front, then another 150 pieces each upon the mission's completion. We'll also be providing each of you with a basic healing potion in case things start to go south, but let's pray to the gods that you won't have to use them. So she's gonna give each of you 50 pieces. Sorry, she's gonna give you each 50 pieces now and 150 upon mission's completion. Yeah, go ahead, Tabby.
At that, Rowan's gonna kind of stand up and put her great axe on her back and be like, oh, I get to kill people? Wait, maybe. Kick some ass at least, but, and I'm gonna get paid for it? Hell yeah, I'm in.
Well, that's what I like to hear.
Definitely said we'd have to kill people.
Well, I mean,
Are we really in this line of work? I don't want to get my clothes dirty.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Blood stains.
let's hope we don't have to kill anybody if we don't need to. But
I say we get a few more details first. It might not be people. It could be creatures, beasts. The circle of life. Life happens, death happens, but let's get some more information first. But the pay sounds good.
All right, and then Alina, she looks to you.
I look at each person in my party, take a deep breath. I'm like, where they go, I go.
Excellent, excellent. And then we're all settled. First things first, I'll give you the details in a minute, but first things first, I need you all to accompany me to a very important meeting at Hellrider Hall. And you guys would know that Hellrider Hall is the name of the guild hall for their organization. She continues, we haven't much time, so come on. I'll give you the specifics as we head over there. And she motions for all of you to follow her down one of the main streets, which leads to the southwest, or southeast rather, out of the market square. Do you guys all follow her?
Yeah, it sounds pretty fancy.
Yep. Yeah, I splash the last of the water in my tin cup on the ground and hook it to my belt and follow.
Cool. Does anybody else do any last thing in the market square before you follow after her?
Yeah. I'm eating an apple. I'm hungry.
Yeah, are you just carrying your sack of apples on your shoulder?
Well, it's in my bag. I have a nice,
Okay,
I have a nice bag.
Gotcha.
Testing.
Nice backpack.
Is that better?
I'm eating one.
All right then. So, Rhea leads you guys down the crowded street, her armor clinking with every step. She explains as she walks. This meeting we're going to is between all three of the major military factions in Elturel. And Elturel is like the name of the whole surrounding countryside around Elturel, the city. She says, first there's the Order of the Gauntlet, and you would all, I'm going to type that in the chat, or in the game info Discord, just so you guys have it there. You would all probably know that the Order of the Gauntlet is one of the most famous orders of paladins across all of Faerun. It has precincts across all of Faerun and the Sword Coast, specifically where you guys are located. They have a contingent here in the city, but it's rather small in number compared to the Hellriders, who operate exclusively here in Elturel. Rhea continues as you guys are walking. The second faction is the Flaming Fist, who hail from Baldur's Gate to the west. And lastly, of course, are us Hellriders. As you're walking, all right, Flaming Fist in the chat as well. So those are the other two factions along with the Hellriders. As you're walking, you can all now see the Guild Hall of the Hellriders comes into full view up ahead. It's a massive building that sort of resembles like a grand cathedral, but with more of a military bent to it. You hear Rhea lets out a curse under her breath once she sees it. Blast it all, they're already inside. The meeting's about to begin. She turns to you and says, you'll hear about the specifics of our mission once we're inside. For now, all I need you to do is stay close to me and keep quiet, okay? The three factions don't exactly have a glowing reputation with each other, so tensions might be high. Now let's get in there. And she picks up her pace and jogs over to the huge double doors of the guild hall entrance. And now that you guys are closer, you can see the doors have beautiful engravings of gallant-looking Hellriders atop noble steeds carved into their surfaces. Rhea pulls open a door. It's heavy weight, making the hinges creak loudly, and then steps inside. Do you guys wish to follow after her?
Yes.
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 I want to make one quick note, Parker.
Sure.
Whenever we have to like move fast or like pick up the pace, I noticeably stop walking with the cane. I just pick it up, so it's not like I need it.
You don't need it.
walking.
You got it
It's
for
just-
style.
Yeah.
Stylish. Gotcha. Nice. All right. Do Grush and Alina, do you guys follow her inside?
Yes.
Okay, actually, Alina, before you enter, I'll say you're the last one. Could you roll me a perception check, please?
First roll.
Ooh, first roll of the campaign.
Okay, how do I do that?
So, on your character sheet,
Mhm.
there should be all of your skills should be like right in the center of the sheet. So it's in alphabetical order, so you can go down to perception. And then to the right of that, there should be like a +5 or something,
Yes.
I'm assuming, for you. You just click on that +5 and it'll digitally roll the dice for you in the dice log.
Okay.
All right. Low roll from the first one,
I
but
told
that's
you
good.
guys.
We're getting the low rolls out of our system before combat.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, it was a low DC, so you actually passed anyway. So just as you're about to step through the threshold into the guild hall, out of the corner of your eye, you actually notice something just above you, like on the little overhang. You look up and see there is a gray-haired rat perched on the slanted roof above you. It's sitting calmly. Its pink little nose is like sniffing the air. And then the moment your eyes meet its dark, beady eyes, it tilts its head sort of curiously, and then immediately turns around and runs further up the roof, disappearing from your view.
Interesting.
So yeah, you saw a little
He's
rat.
gone though now, so I can't like
Yeah,
talk
he-
to him or
he-
anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as your eyes met its little beady eyes, he disappeared.
Interesting. I think that little guy knows more than we do. We'll have to keep an eye out for him. I slowly look around before I fully step into the building and make sure that
All right.
everyone is in positions of like with their backs not facing the door and stuff like that. And then I
Sure. On red alert.
yes. And then I slowly
Okay.
walk up behind Grush.
Sure. Okay, so you guys all enter the Hellriders Hall. And I'm gonna change the image again. By the way, sometimes the images are kind of small, so you might have to like zoom in to fill up your screen. And I'm also gonna change the music once more.
Yeah, that's pretty seamless of Kenku.
Okay, so you all enter Hellriders Hall. Inside, you see a large crowd of people have gathered, and the din of their conversations drowns out all other sounds. You can obviously see that the crowd has divided itself by their three separate factions. The Knights of the Order of the Gauntlet are standing together on one side, their sets of armor polished to a silvery sheen, while the mercenaries and soldiers of the Flaming Fist are standing together on another side of the room, and they look pointedly less polished, more gruff and unkempt, many of them donning simple leather cuirasses with thin, cheaply made blades at their hips. And lastly, you see a large group of Hellriders standing together aside from the other groups. Each of the three factions is quietly murmuring to themselves, and you can tell by their faces that they are all suspicious of the other factions and are all wondering why this meeting has been called. So Rhea leads your party over to the group of Hellriders that are stationed at one end of the room. A regal-looking man in white and gold robe steps forward to greet her, and I'm going to place an image of this regal-looking man. Okay. Yes, so there's an image of the man who steps forward. So he says, "Ah, Rhea, you made it. Excellent. And I take it these are the adventurers you hired." His gaze falls upon the lot of you, and Rhea responds, "Yes, sir, these are them." The man smiles warmly in your direction. "It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Sir Gideon Lightward, High Rider of the Hellriders. Rhea has told me that each of you has been of great service to us in recent times. We are incredibly appreciative for the help." And then Sir Gideon reaches out a hand for each of you to shake. Do you shake his hand?
Oh, I take that hand. I just like look him straight in the face. Giles Ward, great to meet you.
Excellent.
A little too eager.
If you're like smiling at him, he'll smile back warmly, but
Not like a weird smile, but like a nice, like like a little like nice little smile, not like an over eagerly like childlike smile.
all right. And yeah, so he'll just move down the line for you guys and try to shake each of your hands. So how do each of you respond to that?
Rowan is definitely she's gonna shake his hand, but she's gonna really grip it to where it almost hurts. Not in like a mean way, but just a flex of her strength.
Gotcha. And he doesn't seem to show any signs of like pain or anything. He just smiles at you. Excellent to meet you. And yeah, next we'll go to Alphonse.
Yeah, I just shake his hand.
Cool. And then Grush.
Same thing. A respectful, slight nod of the head as I do like just a firm handshake.
He nods. It's a pleasure. And then lastly, Alina.
I take my hand and I touch the middle of my forehead and my lips, and then I wave my hand forward, and I give him my hand, but where the palm is down, and top of my hand up, and rest my hand on top of it.
He bends forward to. He doesn't put his lips to it, but he does like a faux kiss to it. A pleasure to meet your acquaintance, my lady. And then, as he finishes this, suddenly a booming voice calls out from the other side of the room, bringing everyone in the hall to a sudden hush. All right then, Lightward, let's get this started. I didn't ride halfway across the countryside to sit here and gossip. You see the speaker is a huge barrel of a man dressed in silver armor and with an interesting sky blue gauntlet on his right hand. Standing beside you, Rhea whispers beneath her breath for all of you to hear. That's Sir Arthur Froome, leader of the Order of the Gauntlet. And I'm gonna write his name, or I'm gonna drop an image rather of him.
You said the order is centered in Waterdeep? He's mentioned Waterdeep with them.
So the Order of the Gauntlet is all across all of Faerun, essentially, or maybe only the Sword Coast. I'm not positive about that, but there was so the Hell Riders sent, or a contingent of Hell Riders volunteered to go assist in some sort of dispute that occurred in Waterdeep. So that's why they're slightly undermanned and needed to hire you guys they needed to contract you guys for help.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, that's an image of Sir Arthur Froome. So Froome walks to the center of the room between the three separate factions, and takes a seat at an empty table in the center. From beside you, Gideon Lightward steps out into the center and says, Sir Arthur, I am pleased that you could make it all the way down here to Elturel. Yes, I agree. Let us commence. He takes a seat at the table as well, and then from across the room, on the other side, a tall, clearly battle-hardened man steps forth from the group of Flaming Fist soldiers. Rhea whispers to you all, that's the Grand Duke Ulder Ravengard of Baldur's Gate. And I'll drop an image of him as well. Grand Duke Ulder Ravengard. By the way, if anyone has played Baldur's Gate 3, Ulder Ravengard is actually a character in that game. He's Will's father from Baldur's Gate.
Dumb question, but is
this takes place before Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
Actually, Karlach's story kind of has to deal with this, but I don't know if she's a character in the book. Actually, yeah, I gotta look into that. Anyway, so yeah, Grand Duke steps forward and says, "Tell us, Sir Gideon, where is the High Overseer Thavius Krieg? As ruler of this city, should he not be involved?" Ravengard walks to the table and sits beside Froome, so that Lightward is actually sitting alone opposite the two of them. And Lightward answers Ravengard's question by saying, I'm afraid the High Overseer has urgent business and will not be joining us. He sends his best regards to you both. Ravengard is visibly put off by this revelation that the High Overseer won't be attending this very important meeting that he himself called. He says, I should have expected as much from the noble Krieg. Tell me, has he gone to buy up more western farmlands from his ever-expanding territory? He'll try to purchase everything up to the very walls of Baldur's Gate before long. For his credit, Lightward doesn't respond to Ravengard's negative comments about his lord. Seems to brush them aside, and with a smile on his face, simply says, Sirs, I have called you here today to discuss the growing threat of the Cult of the Dragon. And because of your first mission together, with the now late Bishop Joffrey, who turned out to be a cultist trying to sacrifice their souls, you know that the Cult of the Dragon is a secretive cult who worship the evil, ancient, five-headed dragon queen Tiamat. So Lightward continues, I have received troubling news that the cult has burned down the town of Greenest to the south. There are rumors now that the cult has become bold enough to even conduct rituals in the Elturel woods due north of here. Together, we can deal a swift blow to the Cult of the Dragon by attacking their forces while they scheme in our local woods. I say we put aside our own squabbles and act. What say you? There's like a long moment of silence as Froome and Ravengard are both contemplating. And then Froome smiles and says, the Gauntlet will help you in this matter. The Cult of the Dragon has killed many of my men. I'd love nothing more than to put an end to them. He slams his sky blue gauntlet on the tabletop in excitement, and like it's a loud thumping noise. Beside him, Ravengard is silent for a moment, his eyes locked onto Sir Gideon Lightwords. Then he nods finally and says, dealing with this menace is of far greater importance than my own personal disagreements with your nation's expansionism. The Flaming Fist will also give our aid. Lightward nods his head in thanks to the two men and says, excellent. Let us now discuss our plan of operations. Then he turns back to where your group is standing in the room and calls for Officer Rhea to come over to him. And Rhea obliges and walks over to the table. And then Lightward says something to her, but it's in a hushed tone, so none of you are able to hear it. But then she comes back over to you guys and says, okay, that went better than I expected. So the High Rider's mission for you all today is thus. We've received intel that a sect of the Dragon Cult has been spotted in the Elturel woods due north of the city. You're to accompany me out there and help me confront them. The other soldiers here will be going on raiding parties of their own all across the countryside to other places that the cult has been sighted. She reaches into a leather bag at her waist and pulls out the 6 healing potions of healing that she promised you guys and hands one to each of you, so each of you can add a potion of healing to your inventory.
Did we already also get the 50 gold up front?
Yes, yeah, or we'll actually run out. Then she pulls out a pouch containing the 300 gold pieces, which is 50 for each of you, and which you get up front for accepting the mission in the first place, and hands that to each of you, and then reminds you that you will each receive 150 additional gold pieces once you've completed the mission and returned safely to the city. So each of you can.
How do I add that?
So go to your sheet, your character sheet, and then go to the inventory section, and then there should be a manage inventory button at the top. And then you can search for a potion of healing in there, and then you can like add one to your equipment or to your backpack, whichever
just a regular
one you.
correct?
Yeah, just a standard potion of healing. Should be in white text, I think, or maybe green
There's
text.
2 of them, so I wasn't sure.
The non-legacy one.
Yeah, the non-legacy one had the.
Yeah.
I don't know if they changed.
Whenever possible, probably just do the non-legacy.
Yeah,
if there's
for the
2.
Okay.
If there's something that says legacy, for the most part, we're going to be dealing with the core rules, so it shouldn't say legacy next to it. So you can add that, and then for gold, there should also be a gold like section.
It's right above the manage inventory button. You see like
The little.
Yeah, there's a little gold
like, box.
icon, and you can click that, and then you can give yourself 50 gold. Okay, cool. So, she also digs into her pouch and hands each of you a small vial of clear liquid that has like a slight radiant golden sheen to it, and explains, these vials contain water blessed by the High Rider himself. I suggest you drink them. So mechanically, if you drink one of these vials of blessed water, you gain the benefit of advantage on all saving throws for the next 24 hours. So yeah, she hands each of you a vial of blessed water.
Yes, please.
Do we know how far away this town or whatever we're investigating is?
You wouldn't
Is it
know
a
that.
one-way trip back and forth?
You could ask her.
I'll.
Do you recommend that we take these now, or about how long on the road do you expect us to be for this?
Well, it should only be about an hour to an hour and a half. We'll be there pretty quick.
I'll immediately down mine then.
Babe.
Cool. Does anyone else want to drink their blessed vial?
We drink it now, or we drink it later?
You can drink it whatever you want. It lasts 24 hours, though.
Rowan's gonna kind of look at it a little suspicious, but she's gonna see everybody else drinking it, and she's gonna do the same.
It tastes like
Almost
normal. Sorry, yeah, it tastes like normal water, but it's slightly warm. Like you can feel it warmly going down your gullet and into your stomach.
What does it do again?
She's a little surprised that
Advantage on
nothing
saving throw.
bad happened.
And Raiden, it gives you advantage on all saving throws for 24 hours. Okay. So Alphonse, you're just gonna hold on to yours for now.
Yeah, I wanna wait.
Alrighty. So with that out of the way, Rhea leads you guys outside of the guild hall to like a massive stable beside the guild hall, and provides each of you with a riding horse for the journey, which will significantly cut down the time. She hops onto the saddle of her own horse and asks, "All right, is everybody ready to go? Let's be quick about it so we can be back here before nightfall."
Yes.
Grush looks a little dubiously at his horse and his size and climbs up and just nods.
All right, the horses are all very well trained, so they don't buck at you guys mounting them.
That's good.
I walk up to my horse, slide my hand to the side of its face and nuzzle my face against it, and then I walk to the side and climb up, at her.
Your horse seems very receptive to your calming presence.
Rowan's gonna pull up a box so that she can actually get up onto her horse.
Nice. Okay, so you guys all mount your horses and begin your journey. As you ride your horses down the cobbled street toward the entrance/exit of the city, your skin once again tingles from the warmth provided by the companion above. On one side of the street, you see a group of commoners have gathered and are praying up toward the companion, basking in its holy light. They're wearing tabards with the sigil of Lathander, the god of light, engraved on them. So you suspect they might be people who've made a religious pilgrimage here to the city from a distant land, and you can, like, as you hear them praying, it's in a language you don't really recognize. And then on the opposite side of the street, you guys actually see there's a wedding ceremony taking place. A white-haired old priest is performing marriage rites for a young couple. The two gently hold hands and look each other lovingly in the eyes as they begin to recite their final vow in unison. "Before the morning Lord Lathander and those here today, I commit to you, now and always, until we return to this endless light." And the priest pronounces them husband and wife, and the newlyweds kiss, and their families begin to clap and toss flower petals into the air.
Use my elementalism if you allow it.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to do the beckon fire, but it's just scented smoke. So it's basically like a gender reveal, like smoke bomb or whatever, where it just does like a nice, whatever the colors of the wedding are, something to match, and like a
It's all
scent.
lots of yellows and whites and golds. That seems to be the theme here, based on the companion's golden light.
Yeah, I'll be like gold flaked smoke, I guess, or whatever, like a whitish smoke with like gold flakes, and it just goes through and it smells just like lilies, I guess.
Cool. Yeah, everyone of the families are clapping and tossing flower petals and like little sacks of rice into the air.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, so you guys exit the city on horseback. So you leave through the massive front gates of the city. There's a couple of guards stationed there, and they nod towards Rhea as you guys all pass. And you begin to follow the road, which leads north into the Elturel woods. So you travel for about half an hour. The road takes you through a wide, open, grassy field, and the tall grass stalks are swaying with the breeze. I'm going to change the image back to this Elturel one, because we're outside the city now. So yeah, there's tall grass stalks swaying with the nice warm breeze, and about 15 more minutes of travel. After about 15 more minutes of travel, you can now see the tree line of the Elturel woods is just up ahead. Could all of you please roll a perception check for me?
Got this.
My first roll.
Just a 6 for me.
We're doing
Man.
great, guys.
Not,
you guys.
not good roll.
You guys, this is fantastic. Is that everybody? 1, 2. Oh man, that is everybody. You all failed. All right. So,
I rolled an 8.
oh, okay. Yeah, you all failed. So, anyway, so I guess Rhea pulls on her horse's reins and brings it to a stop. Suddenly, she asks you all, "Does anybody hear that?" And now that she has pointed out to you, you all do start to hear something. So somebody's yelling for help in the distance, further up the road in the woods, and you also hear the sound of growling animals. Could Alina roll a nature check for me as well? It's in alphabetical order,
There it
so it
is.
should be right there.
Yay!
Oh man, this is great. This is going fantastic, guys. All right, well, fortunately that's not enough, so you can't tell what species of animal the growls belong to, but you hear something's growling and someone is calling out for help. So then Rhea kicks in her horse's
Nice.
stirrups and gallops forward into the woods, following the road. I'm assuming you guys follow after her?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so you all race along the road until you enter the tree line, and immediately you can see where the cries for help are coming from. Up ahead, you see a teenage girl is crouched on top of a large boulder, and beneath her, a pack of ferocious white-furred wolves are growling and trying to jump up to nip at her. She's throwing rocks at them to keep them away. You see the girl is wearing plain commoner's clothes and has a rainbow-colored scarf wrapped around her neck that bristles in the wind. She yells angrily at the wolves. "I'll be making fur coats out of you yet!" And then when she sees your party emerge on the road, she shouts over to you, "Thank the gods, please help me!" The pack
Seems
of
like
wolves.
she has it. She seems like she has it under control.
The pack of wolves also notice your arrival and turn around to face you, snarling, and begin heading in your direction. So,
Oh,
boy.
shit.
now for our first combat encounter, can everybody please roll for initiative? Is there anything before you roll? Is there anything any of you guys want to do like immediately upon?
Yeah.
this?
Sorry, as we're getting closer, I will cast Mage Armor upon myself.
Sure.
as
If
well.
anyone wants to do any sort of pre-combat anything, you can do that right now.
I think I'm.
Is there?
I'm
Can I,
only-
can I make a stealth check and hide somewhere, or is there possible?
So you
is
guys
that-
are-
is that
you guys
possible
are-
or no?
You're technically on your horses, but I'll say you guys can
Oh.
like jump. You can jump off your horses before the combat starts.
I'd probably like start like unbuckling my fiddle case and like doing it like pretty like not smoothly, like
Sure.
very like hurriedly, and I'm not used to it.
All right, so I just placed. You guys should see the map. I placed all of you. Place yourselves wherever you think you would be situated on the road as you enter this scene.
Oh my god.
I think Rhea was the first one in, so I think you'd have to be behind her somewhere.
I'd probably be near the front,
Oh.
honestly.
You two are currently standing on a fence.
No, I
Alphonse
haven't.
and-
I haven't moved yet.
Okay.
Mm,
I mean, if you want to be standing on a fence, you can. You just got to roll like an acrobatics check to
Oh god.
see if you
oh,
can
that's going
no,
so
stay
well.
standing
certainly
on
on.
So by
No.
chance a hay bale.
Oh shit! Where the fuck did I go?
Um,
Oh my god! Did I
Uh-oh.
just
I
delete? Did I
wasn't
delete
sure
myself?
how-
Fucking hell!
I know we had talked once before about how like speak with animals works because in
Yeah.
D3 it's not the same. Like, would I be able to speak with animals with that?
Maybe. So speak with animals. Is it
How does
instant
that work?
Does
cast?
this work? Like this? There you go.
Why am
I
I?
added your token again. Raiden.
Nice.
Is speak with animals instant cast? Because I know you can ritually cast it, but
I
don't
think it's
know.
like an hour long thing where it's like you cast it and you have it for an hour.
One action.
10 minutes.
Oh, one action. Yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah. So you could try casting it and see what happens.
Okay,
Um,
so how do I?
You'll have to do that on your first turn of combat.
Oh,
once the
okay.
combat starts.
Oh, we started.
My
Okay.
my initiative's 25.
Okay, so
Oh, I
At
have
least,
I
at
have
least someone had a
to-
good one.
yeah, I have to manually change your guys' initiative, unfortunately. So,
Oh my god, a natural one.
sorry. So initiative started with, is it Giles or Giles?
Giles.
Okay, Giles got a 10. And then Grush got an 11, which that is there. Rhea also got an 11. Rowan got a 3. That's fun.
Yay.
And then Alina, what did you get? You got a 17. Ooh, cool. So you might end up going first.
Wait, it doesn't.
Oh,
It
no.
doesn't. Did you not have the? If you have the encounter like up, I think it actually tracks.
Yeah, hold on. I had to just start the combat. I had to add everybody, and I rolled initiative for the enemies and input your guys' stuff, so I should be good to go. Okay, so now you guys should see at the top of your screen, there should be the actual combat initiative tracker
cool.
that looks like the Baldur's Gate 3 combat tracker. Cool. So first up in this combat, and let me change the music.
Oh, we do have a ruler tool. Nice.
Yeah, so you got a ruler tool, you got a draw tool, you can create shapes. There's a ping button as well. All right, so first up, Alphonse. You see a pack of wolves is jumping up to try to bite at this teenage girl on top of Baldur. What do you do?
I guess we're helping them out, aren't we? All right. He picked out his short bow and points it at White Wolf B. And we'll go ahead and take a shot.
Sure.
We will use which dice we will use? Let's use the boba dice.
Nice. We like those.
Okay. That's moving to the frame of the camera.
Oh,
It is a
13 plus things.
13 plus stuff.
All right, well, its AC is 13, so you hit.
All right, cool.
And this is White Wolf B, you said, right?
White Wolf B, yes. And I do not have anything for sneak attack, so but hitting White Wolf B, I vex it with my weapon mastery, so my next attacks against anything against White Wolf B will be advantage.
Cool, cool.
That is a 5 plus 4, 9 piercing damage. as I
Hey.
shoot the bow. The
All right.
arrow goes flying across and smacking it in the leg.
Yeah, so it just completely impales into White Wolf B's leg, and it lets out a yip of pain, and you can tell like that did an incredible amount of damage to it. It's on its its last leg, so, literally. Yeah, that was a big hit. All right, so
I will tap
Oh.
Giles on the shoulder and just go, "You got this." And I'll walk back.
I
over.
do. I like look as he moves back. I'm like, I do. A lot of confidence.
That's it.
At this point, I have the actual fiddle out. I've been after struggling trying to get it out.
all right. So fittingly, next up in the combat order is White Wolf B, who just got hit, and it's actually I'm gonna roll a because that did so much damage to it. It might actually just like try to run away. It might try to flee. Oh yeah, it rolled high, so it's gonna get better of its the better of its natural instincts to flee from the scene. So it's gonna turn around and try to run. All right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, and it just runs off the map, cowering with like it's limping the entire time. There's blood gushing out of its where the arrow sank through its thigh.
No, our EXP. No.
This is a milestone campaign, by the way, so
I know,
no EXP farming required.
Right.
Cool. So then White Wolf B has left the combat already. Nice. So the next up will be, so I'll just remove White Wolf B from here actually, and then we'll delete its token. So next up should be Alina.
So I can cast Speak with Animal? And what was the difference between the ritual and...
So when you ritually cast a spell, you can sit there and take 10 minutes to cast it, and that doesn't expend any spell slot for you, so you're basically casting it for free. But right now you wouldn't have 10 minutes in this
No.
combat to cast it. You only got 6 seconds for this first turn, so if you can cast it instantly, but it's going to expend the first level spell slot to cast it.
And we don't know what we're going to be getting after, so...
Yeah, it's up to you.
How far away are
So you can use, there's a ruler tool if you want on the left like toolbar
okay.
of the screen, and you can click that and you should be able to draw a ruler to see exactly how far away they are from your character. By the way, try to always keep your character, when it's
In
on a
a
battle map,
square.
try to keep your character inside
Yeah.
one of the squares.
Oh. There.
If you want to move your token, if you have like the ruler selected, yeah, I think you have to
Yeah, I had
unselect
to
it to be able to like
unselect it.
grab your token.
And then I will use Starry Wisp, because it's a cantrip
Okay.
and it doesn't use a
Nice.
spell slot, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so then I click on the +5.
Yeah, the
Or-
+5 to hits, I assume, is what your modifier is.
to
Just
go
declare
after
which one you're.
the-
Yeah, which one? C? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So that definitely hits. Do you want to describe what the spell looks like as you cast it?
What you see is what people think looks almost like a will-o-wisp, the little glowing ball that starts to whirl towards the...
Okay, nice. Go ahead and roll the damage for that. That should be next to the attack roll option. Oh, all right. Well, low damage. That's okay. There's also an additional effect that Starry Wisp does too, right?
On a hit, that target takes until the end of your next turn. It emits dim light in a 10-foot radius. From it.
All right. So you send this little glowing orb over to it, and it collides and does radiant damage to it. And now it has like a little 10-foot circle of radiant glow to it, and can't go invisible. But I don't know if these wolves have the invisibility property, but you know, maybe.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. All right. Would you like to do anything else?
No.
Okay. Next up is actually to the north. You see, there's actually a young brown wolf, and this one seems way more like timid than the other, the 3 white wolves. And it's kind of like whimpering and crying and like backing up toward this corner back here to try to stay out of combat. It seems very frightened by the situation. So that is its turn. Next up, White Wolf A is going to snarl at these newcomers. It's going ferocious for blood. So it's going to, it has 40 feet of movement, so it can't get to you. By the way, Trevor, we're not doing the 5-foot whatever rule that we play with your campaign and Ricky's campaign and stuff. It's just every square is just 5 feet, even diagonal.
That makes it easier.
Yeah. Okay, so it's gonna dash. It can't get to you in one turn, so it's just gonna dash over toward you, Alina. So that's its entire turn. It takes its full movement and its action to dash in your direction, and ends right in front of you, snarling angrily. All right, next up is Rhea herself. So she's going to pull out her, I believe she has maybe a long sword. She uses the veteran stat block, so I think she has a long. Yeah, she does have a long sword. Oh, she can actually. Oh, she can dual wield. She has a long sword in one hand and a short sword in the other. Cool. So she pulls out 2 swords, and she's going to step forward to the wolf to intercept it before it attacks Alina. But you guys can tell she's doing non-lethal to this. It's a wild animal. You don't need to kill it. You just need to scare it off. So she's going to make a longsword attack. Cool, and she hits. All right. So she does. She could use it two-handed. Actually, I like her using the sword two-handed instead. So take it back. She's not holding two swords. She's using the longsword with both hands. So that does a D10 plus 3. So she does 9 slashing damage to it. Wow, and carves into it. So this is Wolf A. Man, same thing. She carves into it. A huge gash across its side, and it whimpers from the pain. And I'm going to also roll like I did before. I'm going to roll. Oh yeah, it also passes. So it gets better of its senses, and you guys can tell instantly that this thing, if you let it be, it'll turn around and flee the scene. It's going to run away. All right. So Rhea, she makes 2 longsword attacks. So she's not going to attack it again because she can tell that this thing is about to flee if she allows it. So, she's going to, let's see, she moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So she's going to move out of this thing's melee range, but because it's looking to flee, it's not going to even do an opportunity attack. Okay, so that's Rhea's turn. So next up would be Grush, or Grush. So you see there's one white wolf who is been badly injured and it looks like it's about ready to flee, and then there's one other white wolf all the way over by the boulder that still has not fled yet. It's taken a little bit of damage, but it's still somewhat healthy.
Yep, so Grush, I have 35 feet of movement, so if it's okay with you, I'm going to do... wrong thing. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, if that's okay with you, to get on top of the rocks a little bit?
Yeah, totally. That's a completely climbable rock right there. You don't have to make a check or anything.
And seeing that White Wolf A is pretty much handled, he's going to look over at White Wolf C, and you see all the veins. He has gray skin, so it's very noticeable as his veins light up, and then you see them all start to turn red. There's a spark behind his eye patch, and you see a poof, and then red just trails from there down through all his veins to his fingertips, and he unleashes a Sorcerer's Blast from his fingertips towards White Wolf,
Nice.
using fire damage.
Sure.
So let's see if I hit.
Oh, nice. They have exactly AC 13, so that does hit.
Okay, perfect. Why is it not showing? Oh, wait, hold on. That's probably why, because I have it showing there. So I'm just trying to get my log to show on my character screen too, the way I play. There we go. Okay.
No worries.
So it's. Oh!
Oh.
This is what I wanted. So I get to re-roll because it's an 8 with Sorcerer's Blast.
Okay, so here, let me say this. Do you want to do non-lethal damage, or are you looking to kill this thing?
I'm looking to kill.
Okay. Well,
Grush isn't bloodthirsty, but yeah, it's
Okay.
nature. That's cycle life.
Sure. It had 8 HP left, so you actually kill it with this.
Damn it!
No. Describe how you killed this ferocious wolf.
So yeah, you just see the fire shoot from the fingertips and just do just a poof burst on the impact of the side of the wolf, and then just goes through, and it's just kind of a hole there, and the wolf does that stop motion, it just stops and then just collapses. It's just a hole bored through it.
All right. Anything else you want to do?
Nope. I believe that's it.
Okay. Then White Wolf C is deceased. So I'll put a black marker around it. Okay, next up, Giles. There's one white wolf left, but he looks like he's ready to flee, and he's right on his last legs. But then there's also a young brown wolf whimpering up to the north.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, Giles is a little overeager for combat.
Okay.
And I'm just going to immediately pull out the fiddle, and you see the like walking cane I have. As I like push a button, like a hidden little button on it, it reveals the actual bow for the fiddle that I have. And I'm just going to play a quick little tune, and I'm going to cast Starry Wisp at White Wolf A. And my Starry Wisp is an actual like musical note.
Nice.
Like a golden little musical note that just like literally travels, not like a really fast, but it just literally travels towards it, and roll.
You guys are killing these wolves right in front of your druid. All right, roll damage. It's probably gonna die.
I was gonna ask, would I be able
5
to use
radiant.
Spare the Dying on them?
Unfortunately, they're doing lethal damage to them, so they just kill them outright.
Yeah, I'm not really used to traveling with a druid, and I don't like wolves.
Okay. So, unfortunately, your golden note floats blissfully through the air and collides with the wolf, and it explodes its brain. From the sound. It goes inside of its ear and explodes its brain.
I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was just be more like it just perishes. Oh my moly!
It falls over dead in front of you, Alina.
I'm gonna look at my like fiddle, kind of like worryingly, like that could do that.
Okay, so yep, 2 dead wolves. Is that all you want to do, Giles?
No, I'll spend my movement. Oops, I'm clicking. There we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm sort of like motion towards where it looks like the rest of the group is going.
Okay. Next up is White Wolf C, which is dead, so never mind. And next up would be Rowan.
Alright. I'm gonna say that she was really eager to jump into battle, but she was struggling to get off of her horse, and that's why she's left.
Nice.
But she finally gets off her horse, and she sees there's only one wolf left. I want to cast Firebolt, but not directly at it, just close to it.
Okay, yeah, totally. Go ahead and do an attack roll with that.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Ooh, sure. Where do you want it to hit? Next to it, like in the grass or on the tree next to it, or?
Yeah, the tree next to it, just to give it one last chance of a warning.
Okay. Are you trying to intimidate it to get it to flee?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want
So,
intimidation?
first of all, what does your firebolt look like? Is it a cool color, or is it just a standard red fire, or like orange?
I would say it's more of a deeper red fire than a standard fire would be, but it's just a little flaming ball that I kind of conjure from my hand and just chuck it over there.
Cool. So yeah, go ahead and roll me an intimidation check, please. If you're trying to get this little guy to flee.
13.
Okay. It seems like he's very young. He actually is so like afraid that he doesn't move. Like he's paralyzed with fear and just kind of sits there whimpering.
Oh. Whale shear. And then I'm just gonna use my movement speed to get a little bit closer. And that's my turn.
Okay, next up, Alphonse. You see the only remaining combatant question mark is a very young wolf who seems like they're not even trying to fight anybody. They're just terrified.
Alphonse is gonna walk up next to Rowan. And just go, looks like you missed. I don't think you were, I think this is how you actually hit them.
Oh, are you gonna shoot it?
Hell, it's
Oh man, Alina, maybe you joined the wrong group.
Oh my god.
socially.
Yeah, so he knows he's playing. He's just messing around. He's gonna fire at the same spot that Rowan shot at.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, your arrow flies through the air and collides in that exact same spot where there's like a char mark from her fire. Did you do anything else?
No, just. All right. Hopefully this wolf is not stupid and runs away.
Okay. Next up is Alina. So yeah, you see a cowering wolf, a little wolf pup up to the north. But you also witnessed your party mates slay 2 other adult wolves.
I'm gonna move. And I turn to the group and I tell them, I'm like, he's afraid, just let's let him go, or maybe he'll talk to us and can end this fight. And then I'll kneel down and just look at the brown wolf and wait.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, go ahead and roll a animal handling check for me, if you would.
You speak.
And you can actually.
Oh.
I mean, she could if she did speak with animals, but yeah, that's sufficient for the check. So yeah, the young wolf sees that. It seems like now the combat has stopped, and you are the first calming presence that it has seen. And so it will like very, very gingerly step forward. It's actually perfect that the wolf's turn was the next after yours. So yeah, it will gingerly step forward and sniff the open palm of your hand to try to
I'm not saving you.
be like subservient to you, essentially. And then it licks the palm of your hand.
Is combat over?
Yes, the combat seems like it's over since no one wants to attack this baby wolf.
So then I could, because I have time then for speaking.
Sure. Yeah, so that'll take you 10 minutes. So in that 10-minute time, as the combat ends, and Alina is sitting there, I'm assuming you're like petting the wolf and comforting it and trying to get it acquainted to you. By the way, roll me a nature check, please, while you're getting acquainted with this wolf. All right. Well, you can tell the wolf is female, but that's about it.
This is my life.
Nice. All right. So, as the battle ends, this teenage girl up here hops off of the boulder, and she thanks you all for your help and introduces herself. My name's Grace Lynn. It's a pleasure to meet you. That was a close call there. If you hadn't shown up, I don't know what I would have done. She takes off the rainbow scarf that she has around her neck and wipes away some specks of mud that seem to have been splashed on the fabric. and then she wraps it cozily back around her neck once more. My sister made this for me. It's my most prized possession. And she lets out sort of like a nervous giggle, and you guys can tell like she's still shaken up by the situation that she just encountered.
Is
I
it
didn't ask.
is that still a little dirty? Like is the sorry?
Yeah, there's still, you can still see even from your distance. You guys could all walk over to her too if you
Yeah.
wanted to.
Okay, I'm gonna
You
like,
don't have to move your tokens or anything. This is all theater of the mind now.
I'm gonna like collapse my bow back into the cane, and we'll walk over there and say, basically, nice to meet you, Grace. And then I'm gonna like snap my fingers, and or not snap my fingers. Sorry, I'm gonna play a little metally because my magic comes from my fiddle. And I'm gonna cast prestidigitation on her scarf. Was it you said?
Yeah, it's a rainbow-colored scarf.
Just try to clean it up, you know. Gotta always look nice.
Cool. All right, so
So,
you
if
clean
that
off the
works-
specks of mud. Yeah, it does.
So,
And she,
and then
Wow.
at that point,
yeah, go for it.
At that point, I'll like put the fiddle away, so I don't see any use for it.
So she kind of beams up towards you as you like kind of break her out of her like shocked stupor from what she just experienced. Thank you. That's very kind of you. You're a magic user.
That's right.
I'm
surprised about
actually
it too.
well, I'm actually training myself to become a wizard. And she like looks toward your whole group. And she pulls out like a little pouch, and then says, kind of like gingerly, y'all. I know this is maybe not the best circumstance, but maybe y'all wouldn't happen to have any sort of extra spare coin at hand to donate. You see, I come from a very poor family, and I'm trying to get scrounge up enough money to buy my way into the Wizards Academy at Elturel.
Giles is going to look at the disgusting copper in his nice gold pouch, and he's going to just go, here, I don't need it. I'm going to give her all of my copper.
Okay.
I just don't want it in my pouch. It ruins the color.
Sure. So you just, how much is that? You just dump it in her little...
90.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I don't like the copper with the gold. You know, you got to keep it nice and uniform.
All right. So she graciously accepts your donation. And then she actually looks at the scarf that you just cleaned, and then she there's like a loose thread, and she kind of tugs on the thread and pulls it free, and then hands it to you. It's like a nice little rainbow-colored thread, and she says, "All right, I'm giving this to you because someday I'm going to be a famous scholar at the Wizarding School, and if you give that to me, I'll give you a free magic lesson."
Oh, well, I look forward to it. I'm gonna like put it in my little like coat, like front pocket. After like, is it a nice material? I know nice material.
No, she's a dirty commoner.
So it's like
she's freaking panhandling out on the road right now. So
I just like put it in my little like coat pocket, just and act like, you know, oh, that's nice. And I just like put it somewhere else. I'll forget about it by tomorrow.
Does anyone else want to give her a donation, or?
Rowan definitely would. Because she'll just give her, like, I don't know, 5 gold pieces. Just looking through her coin purse.
Yeah, go for it.
She's just gonna say, I definitely know the struggle. My brother's actually trying to do the same thing as well, so I can't spare any more, but how does this help you?
That's she had kind of like a sly little like wink and a nod to her as she was talking to Giles, but now that you gave that to her, she like her face like she looks so appreciative. That's more money than I've gotten all year. Thank you so much, miss.
Don't worry about it, kid.
And she like pulls out a wand that you can see. It's like a practice wand that somehow she managed to procure, but it's actually broken, and she had to like duct tape it to like put it back together, like snapped in half. And so she tries to like cast a prestidigitation to do like a little like firework display and thanks, but it's because the wand is broken, it like shoots out at awkward angles and like it's like she kind of fails at the spell. And then she goes, "Oh well, when I get a better wand at the academy, I'll be sure to show you something far more impressive."
I look forward to it. Keep your chin up.
All right. So anyone else want to give a donation, or are we good?
I want
Grush
to
is
wait
not.
until after I talk to.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll say that conversation took about 10 minutes, and so the 10 minutes goes by, and Alina is able to understand this young brown wolf.
So I slide my hand underneath.
It's a
Or her
female,
chin,
you
her chin.
determine from your
That's
natural
right.
imagination.
My great roll there,
I
and I'm like,
thought you were confused.
yeah. I mean, it was a 1 for a reason. I don't even know gender. No. So I put my hand underneath and then scratch a little bit, and I say, "Young wolf, what happened here?"
It accepts your little scritches, and it seems to be like you've calmed her enough that she's no longer like trembling in fear, and in fact her tail starts to wag a little bit, and she just looks up at you with her little puppy eyes and says, I was just following orders. They were teaching me to hunt."
So you guys were out hunting.
"Yes, hunt for food.
Mm.
I'm hungry." And you can tell that because her fur is a different color, and actually just by the way she looks, she's actually a different species of wolf from the other three. And then she says, "They found me. They were teaching me to hunt."
Just quick question: what do other people hear when this is going on? Is Alina like talking, like barking, how does this work? How does this work?
Yeah. How what do they hear, Alina? It's up to you.
They hear little whimpers and yips and.
But how does it sound? This is payback for the sheep thing for Tabby.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, if you want to, you can say that you speak in common, but the wolf like understands you, even though you're talking in common.
Oh,
You can say that
see.
Oh, that's no
through
fun.
Oh,
magic,
yeah,
or you
baby.
can just make wolf noises. It's up to you.
Yeah, wolf noises.
This is the one time you guys get this. I just want you to know. You guys hear little yips and growls and it sounds like
All right, we're going full furry in this campaign.
apparently.
Hey.
I'm just like druids are very, very astounding. Just like writing this down in a little notebook. We'll talk like a dog.
Yeah. So the wolf, she asks, will you? Can I stay with you? Will you train me?"
Am I allowed to?
Yeah, totally.
I would love that, young wolf.
Okay.
Do you have a
Her
name?
tail starts to wag very happily. No name.
Bambi. He killed its
So
parents.
you can come up with a name
Ooh.
if you would
Okay.
like. You don't have to say it now. You can come up with it
Okay, yay.
over time if you would like.
Yes,
So
yes,
now you
yes.
have officially you have a little brown wolf puppy as your companion.
Okay. I scratch behind the wolf ears and I turn over and look at Giles. I'm like, PR stuff. And then I turn to Grace and I flip her 1 gold.
She thanks you kindly for the generous donation, And with that, she is. Hold on, sorry.
Yeah, I'm just imagining like while this is going down, I'm just eating the like other half of that remaining apple, and I'm just like writing down because I'm weathered, but I haven't seen a lot of this kind of stuff before, so I'm literally just writing this stuff down
Nice.
about like druids will talk like dogs, and they will follow them.
So Grace, now that she's accepted all of your guys' donations, she'll thank you for saving her, and she's gonna whistle. She's gonna stick her fingers in her mouth and whistle loudly, and then out from the trees emerges a mule, and it starts lumbering over to her. It's got a saddle on its back and stuff, and then she pats it once it gets over, and says, "This is my donkey named Lonky."
It's a little wonky.
As I like to refer to it, he's Lonky the donkey. You can see that the donkey is actually missing its left eye and its right ear.
Oh,
So it suffered some sort of battle in its past. Anyway,
war donkey.
Grace nods to you all and thanks again, and mounts her donkey, and then waves goodbye to you all, and heads back down the road in the opposite direction from where you guys just came from, back toward Elturel. All right, so.
I can't believe you all were suckered into giving money.
Well, I just want that bronze on there. Ugh, that copper. Not a huge fan.
The
All right.
struggle, man.
I understand the struggle, and you need to work hard.
Karma.
Uh-oh.
All right, so let's change.
No one gave
this.
me a free handout.
Would you like just like to give him just like
I'm
100
not
gold?
gonna say.
He grew up.
All right. So based on the pace we're going, we might actually have to go longer than the typical 3 hours. Is that okay for everybody?
That's fine.
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we still got some stuff to cover. Okay. So.
Yeah, you use your hands to work hard to get what you can, and he just pulls out an apple that he took from him.
What the?
And just like starts eating like
roll a sleight of hand check.
little side hand. Give me 1 second. I went downstairs real quick. So continue the story, and then I'll
Yeah.
I'll get back up real quickly.
All right. Well, Rhea, like after Grace has left and you've gotten your new wolf companion, yippee. She says, "Okay, let's keep going. We're wasting daylight." So she'll hop back on our horse, and I guess you guys will also hop back on yours.
I'm assuming the wolf's just gonna.
Yeah, the wolf will
follow
just
on.
like trot beside Alina's
Okay.
horse.
The wolf actually just rides the horse.
Yeah, the whole.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So Rhea. Oh yeah, for your
That's
sleight
a
of hand.
24 sleight of hand.
Nice. So you definitely stole
Oh,
that
wow.
apple without him noticing.
Yeah, see everything by your own hand. He takes one bite and then throws it back to Giles.
Just like look at him like, and then just throw it away.
All right. So
Okay,
Rhea
8 apples now.
leads you guys down the road for another 30 minutes or so, and you're going deeper and deeper into the Elturgard woods, and eventually you find she stops, and you guys see there's like a natural path that leads off the road into the woods itself. She says, "All right, this is it." So you guys can tell it's obvious that the path was recently traveled. Several branches are broken, and the grass leading into the woods is disturbed as if someone walked over it. So she hops off her horse, and I'm assuming you guys all do the same.
Yeah.
All right, and you guys will start following this natural path. As you guys are like walking, she asks, "All right, are any of you guys proficient trackers?" And so the tracking skill would be the survival skill. So if anyone has a good survival modifier, they might be the one
I'm not
to handle.
great
Plus
at
three.
it, but
Lead
Oh,
us,
no.
Druid.
I have plus
I'm
3. 'cause
pretty
you know
good.
I'm
I'm
so
pretty
great.
good at I'm pretty good at tracking and scouting.
Okay. Both of you could roll a survival check for me, please. Rhea also, she says, stealth and tracking prey are sort of my weak suits. And she like points toward her like heavy suit of chain armor or whatever that makes loud noises whenever she walks. But I hope we can catch the Cult of the Dragon off guard. Yeah. So please roll survival checks for me. Ooh, nice.
Alrighty.
Alina got an 18. That's good.
So 14 plus.
You don't have to. You move the camera
4.
to show it. You can just tell us.
That's an 18.
Oh wow, you both got 18s. Wow,
I
look
got
at that. Okay, so
I just figure, maybe you're curious of what the role is, and you want to see.
so as you guys,
like it.
it'll take forever if you have to do that for every single roll. I think.
Okay.
We're trying to speed up time here.
You're right.
I don't want to keep you guys too long.
My shadow heart dice.
They do look very pretty. Okay, so you guys, through those survival checks, you travel along this natural footpath and you reveal some stuff. So you learn, or you find 5 distinct humanoid footprints along the path. These footprints are several hours old and head deeper into the woods. You also, additionally, you notice a small hidden creek is nearby. You can hear the sound of the little moving water. And you also spot 3 additional sets of humanoid footprints along the sides of the creek. Like off to the distance, you can see there's like a little mud on the banks of the creek, and you see 3 additional sets of footprints following that little creek. And those ones, actually, you can tell those are fresh, made within like the last 2 hours.
We have company.
So with those nice survival checks, you determined there are 3 different paths you can take to get to the destination that you're trying to get to here. There's a natural path, a hidden, following the hidden creek, or just like wandering aimlessly through the woods. So you can keep going along this path that you're going, or follow the creek, or just like kind of veer off of both of those directions and just go through the vegetation. So which one would you like to do?
Just because that's where everyone.
I'm up for whatever decision doesn't get us jumped.
Fair enough.
The hidden path seems like the best path.
Alrighty.
I agree.
Rhea nods. I'll trust your judgment. So you guys will quietly, I'm assuming you're going to stealthily move along this creek bed, or the creek banks, stepping through the mud.
Is stealth even an option with misclanging armor and with this?
Yeah.
Clang, clang, clang.
So while on this path, because it's like a hidden path, you actually have advantage on your stealth checks. So her stealth check will be just a flat roll, and you guys will have advantage. So everyone, please go ahead and roll me a stealth roll now.
Do you want me to be ahead of the group? And
Oh my! Is that with advantage?
Well, you can roll it at advantage because you guys are following the hidden creek. So whenever you need to roll with advantage or disadvantage, you can right-click on the +5 or plus whatever the modifier is,
God.
and there should be options to pick advantage or disadvantage there, and then you can roll that.
Natural 20.
Oh.
At advantage. Should I just re-roll, or should I just?
Yeah, you just go ahead and re-roll with advantage.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
you're not doing great. Okay, I'm gonna roll for Rhea. I don't have a battle map open, so I'm just gonna roll physically myself. Oh, okay, she rolled well. She got a 15, and I think her
Dex bonus.
Yeah, what's a veteran's dex bonus?
Wait, I did sleight of hand.
They have a +1, so
Okay.
she got a 16. Oh yeah, you can re-roll for a stealth.
Darn it!
If you would
I
like.
clicked the wrong.
It's okay.
I got a 26.
Nice. Okay, you guys are
Oh.
pretty stealthy. Wow. Sweet Seer
I mean,
rolls tonight are just.
It's a rogue.
There's something else, man. There's something
It's a
else.
rogue. I mean,
This is my life.
All right. Well, cumulatively, you guys did pretty well. So, you guys succeeded on this stealth check. So you stealthily move along the hidden creek, and you come upon the Cult of the Dragon's ritual site. Okay, so since you guys, you guys see this map, right? That I just changed to.
yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna change the music to be a little more spookier.
Or culty.
So you guys follow the creek bed to here. You guys can. I'm gonna put your tokens down. That would be smart, right? Wouldn't it? So because you guys followed the creek bed route, you're all here on this the right side of the map. You can position yourselves however you like as you're entering this part of the map on the corner here. And I think Alphonse was in front, right? So I'll put you like right there.
I think I'm just generally gonna be.
I'll just put all you guys like around here. It's fine.
Oh, I need to scroll down a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, sorry.
I was wondering where everyone was at.
Bottom right of the map. Sorry. Should
I
have.
think I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna take a general middle of the group.
Let me.
Oh,
I should have mentioned this. You guys left your horses back on the actual road. There was like a fence post for you guys to tie their reins to. Alina, did you want your wolf to come with you or to stay with the horses? I'll say the wolf is too young right now to actually like participate in combat.
Stay with...
Okay, so yeah, the wolf is just staying dutifully with the horses and standing guard with them. Okay, so yeah, you guys enter this little area here, and what you see is sorry, I have to find it. A shallow creek runs through this. You can tell this is actually Alina specifically. You can tell that this is an ancient druidic circle. And you see up ahead to the north of you. Ooh, great timing.
Oh, yeah.
A woman is there is a woman screaming praises to Bane, the god of tyranny, and she's holding a person underwater in the creek. Yeah, so she's just screaming, "Praise be to Bane! You will suffer his might." And she's like dunking somebody in. They're holding their head down in the water, drowning them.
Oh,
person that she's dunking is wearing robes. Yeah.
How far away was the distance? Like, is it like, is it correct on the
Yeah,
map right
each
now?
square is a 5-foot thing, so you.
Okay, I just didn't know if we were like still entering from a
Yes.
distance. I guess I'm going to. Can I do a quick perception check? And if I don't see anybody else in the area other than those two, I'm going
Go for
to immediately attack.
Go for it.
I'm just gonna make a quick little notice. We're just sitting in this tree line, like, oh, Banus, great people. Yeah.
All right.
18 perception. That dice is cocked on my screen though. I've never
That's
seen
fine.
that before. That's funny.
Fine. So, all right. So, what you don't see anyone else in the area, but you do hear. There's actually some noise coming from further up to the north. You hear another voice crying out something over here, and then yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to immediately unleash anyways, because at the very least we can get information if we save somebody on what's on the other side of the trees. And plus, just seeing somebody getting murdered, Grush doesn't stand for that. So.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and make an attack roll of whatever you were planning to attack her with.
Yeah. It'd be the where is it? Sorcerer's Burst again. Oh yeah, 24 to hit.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you totally hit her. So, with that, we're gonna start another combat here. Cool. So let me add specific tokens here. Add to encounter. Make Rhea a friendly. Okay, cool. So you guys go ahead and roll your initiatives.
Okay.
Will this count as a surprise round? For
Yes. So surprise. The new surprise rules are you have advantage on your initiative rolls. I think that's what it is.
Oh.
Yeah. So all of you get advantage on this initiative roll.
Oh.
I will just roll a second time. Gross.
17.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay, so let me go down the
Is that
list.
another natural?
Man, this is going great for you, Alina. Or no, for Rowan. Okay, so Alina, what is your initiative?
I think so. Advantage?
Yeah. You're right. There's 9. Okay. Alphonse?
Rolling. 23.
Wow. You're always going to be first, aren't you?
Do you have alert?
Huh?
Do you have alert?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Nice.
you could.
I have a +6.
Giles?
Oh, sorry. I had 17.
Okay. And Grush?
11.
Ooh, that's fun. And then Rhea got also an 11, and Rowan got a... What'd you get? An 11
I got
as
an
well.
11.
Okay. What are your guys' dexterity scores? Or you can decide which of you would rather go first. Rhea will let both of you guys go before her.
Can we do rollies for it? Just
Or you can do rollies, yeah, up to you.
Yeah.
Roll off.
So each of you roll a d20.
Shit. 3.
Okay. 14.
Okay, so then I'm gonna change Rowan to a 12 just so she goes first in the order, and then I'll change Rhea to a 10 so she goes after Grush. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a little flavor thing for myself. Every time we go to combat, I'm just gonna mute Kenkubot and play fiddle music. Because
Sure. I mean, I have some pretty banger combat tracks that I would like everyone to listen to. This one is just going to be this one, but yeah.
all right, let me know. Yeah,
You could play them both simultaneously, maybe.
it's true.
Okay, so this combat starts. With Grush, actually, so the way I'm gonna rule this, Grush, is you start this combat by using your action to fire that sorcerer's burst at her. So that definitely hits. Did you roll the damage for it? I can't remember. No. So go ahead and roll the damage for that sorcerer's burst, Grush.
Muted. I was going to ask you because I get to choose a damage type with this. If they're in the water, if I do
lightning damage or something.
Lightning damage. Will it affect both of them? Like, will it chain and hit the other one?
Those are extra rules or like homebrew rules that we could use, but I'm just not going to. They're not core. We're just going to stick to everything being core rules for this campaign. So there's not going to be any additional effect unless you choose like a spell that would otherwise do an additional effect and like hit multiple targets or something.
Okay, so like in the future then too, like combats or anything, I can't ever set up like somebody drenched in water to hit like with lightning to do extra damage. Like
no, yeah, those are that would be like a homebrew rule. But I'm just gonna keep everything basic default core 2024 rules.
Yeah, no worries. In that case, I will choose. Let's see. I will do. I think I'll just do psychic damage, honestly. So it is another 8. So I get to roll again. Fuck yeah, baby!
Oh shit.
All right. So she takes so so you chose psychic damage. Do you want to describe the spell?
Well, so I get to roll again. So with Sorcerer's Burst, how it works is if I roll an 8, I keep rolling until I don't get an 8.
Yeah.
Up to my charisma modifier amount of
Yep.
times, I believe. So
Yeah,
let me
that's
roll
very good.
again. Okay, 6 that time. So 14 damage. And
Damn.
it's psychic. So
Oh shit.
You just
nobody really sees anything. You see like so I didn't really describe this before, but beneath my eye patch is actually my arcane focus, which is like a glass eye. That's why you see like the initial burst of magic, like a light behind the eye patch, and you see kind of like a purplish, blackish, like just puff behind the eye patch, and then you don't really see anything happen. It's just like internal to her. You just see the poof, and that's it.
All right. So she instantly she stops drowning this person and like stands up, and you guys can see she looks in your direction, and you can see there's like blood like dripping down from her eye sockets and like out of her ears and out of her nose from the psychic damage she took, and she like points in your direction.
Okay.
Enemies of Bane will fall to his hand. Yeah. So cool. I'm just gonna have Grush, since you initiated this, you can do your full turn now, and then once we get to your turn in combat order, it's just gonna skip you for that. So like you're going first for this round of combat.
Okay. So I don't. Let me see. Well, okay. If I okay. Do I want? Screw it. I'm not gonna do it. We already moved past that with RP. Bonus action. Nope. Okay. So yeah. All I've got left really is movement. So I will move 5, 10. I don't know if this is like a pillar. If I get like any like quarter cover or anything.
Yeah, it's
I'll
so
be,
it's a
like, kind of
druidic like ritual circle, so that would be a cairn of like rocks stacked on top of each other. So you could hide behind it, but it doesn't look like it's very thick. So
Yeah, I'm huge. So
yeah.
but yeah, I'll end my turn there.
Okay. So next up would be Giles. You see this angry woman.
What about me?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Alphonse. Sorry. Let me go back. Alphonse is actually first. My bad.
Do we have advantage on this attack or no?
No. Because yeah, they changed surprise rounds to just be the advantage on initiative rolls.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Alright, then I will shoot her. Alright, you Fist of Bane.
Yeah, you can see she's wearing chainmail, and she has a shield, and she has a mace that she pulls out.
Alright. That's a 23 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Holy moly!
And that's 3 plus 4, 7 damage.
All
7
right.
piercing from the arrow.
The arrow sinks into her shoulder, and she's like, "Oh!" She lets out a very loud grunt of pain. She's like severely hurt already. But yeah, she's still standing. Anything else you want to do?
Nope. That's it.
All right. Next up would be Giles.
I don't want this. We kind of got the jump on this individual. I don't want them to go run and grab anyone else. So I'm gonna take out my fiddle and play a quick little tune, and I'm going to cast Command.
Oh, okay, nice.
Wisdom saving throw.
Sick. All right, wisdom saving throw for her. She gets an 8.
Fails. I'm going to, with the discordant fiddle. I'm going to scream where it reverberates with the magic. So it's kind of like a, not like a straight voice, but it kind of sounds like my voice is getting I don't know the best way to say it, but modified by the magic. And I'm going to yell halt.
All right.
So halt.
Auto-tuned.
Yeah, yeah, T-Pens.
You're fucking Will.i.am.
Like it's like audio distortion. And I'm gonna like yell halt. So basically, on that creature's next turn, it doesn't move and it takes no actions or bonus actions.
All right. Awesome. And what do you know? Or are you doing anything else?
I'll like do the same thing as Grush, and I'm kind of just move up to this one,
Okay, cool.
holding the fiddle like it's like combat fiddling.
Could you, as you go over to that side, could you actually roll a perception check for me as well?
Oh. Ruh-roh. That's a natural one. I don't see. I'm into
don't-
the
I'm not
combat.
alone.
You're into
I
this,
don't
man.
see.
You just did like the most successful spell you've ever cast thus far, and you
Yeah,
just
I'm just
you're
like,
living
I'm
on
in the
cloud
zone.
9 right now.
I'm in the zone.
All right, cool. Is that your turn,
There
Giles?
could be
Or Giles?
yeah, there could be like a giant next to me. Yeah, there could be like a giant next to me, and I just wouldn't know. Oh god, there is one.
Oh no.
Yeah, there is one. There's a giant next to you.
Oh.
Okay, so next up is actually the Fist of Bane, and she just locks up from the spell that you just cast on her, and she's unable to do anything. She just kind of stands there.
It's like her T-pose. Like it's not an option.
And her turn is skipped. She just stands there, unable to do anything. Rowan, that's you.
Cool. First question: would you say that I'm in difficult terrain right now?
No, you can move freely.
Okay. So, with that being said, she is just gonna kind of barrel through with her great axe at the ready and just kind of blow past Alphonse here. Get up right close.
He'll make some room for you.
And she's just gonna yell, "Leave her alone! Pick on someone your own size!" and take a big ol' swing with a great axe.
Alrighty, go for it.
If I can get all of that out of there. Cool. Dirty 20
Oh, yeah, that absolutely hits.
for 16 damage.
All right. How do you want to kill her?
I am just gonna run up, raise my great axe over my head, and bring it down, like right onto her shoulder, I guess like her clavicle, and just cut right into her.
So
yeah.
it sinks deep into her like chain shirt, cuts through the metal, and it digs itself deep into her shoulder, and she just kind of chokes out like a gasp, and like a little bit of blood spits out of her face or spits out of her mouth and hits your face, and then she kind of like slumps limp over to the side, dead.
I'm just imagining, Parker, that like her turret was coming. Just like, you ever see a Click with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Where he like comes back from like fast forwarding, and he just like has those like moments where he just pauses and does nothing. That's exactly what's happened. It's her turn. She did nothing, and next thing you know, just a great axe to the shoulder.
Okay, so you guys dispatched of
Was I doing something?
this woman pretty quickly, so that's actually the end of that combat. Sorry to Alina, who didn't get to have a turn. So yeah, the woman slumps over dead, and you see that the person that she was, and now Rowan, now that you're up close, you see the person that she was drowning. I put that in quotation marks because that person is already dead. She was just drowning a corpse.
Oh. Well, that sucks.
Did you save whoever they were driving? Oh.
Also, I
Drowning a
will
corpse. How vocal.
say that you see Rowan, now that you're up close, you can see on the corpse that was being drowned, on its finger, there is a silver ring. And you can see that it has the insignia of Tiamat on it.
Ooh.
And this person, the corpse, is like wearing robes that you now suspect this person was a cultist of the dragon.
And we would kind of recognize that from our previous encounter. You know, how we all kind of met, correct?
Yeah. Yep. Joffrey, the Bishop Joffrey had this exact same type of Tiamat engraved ring on his hand.
While she's looking at this ring, I'm just going to like walk up slowly to her and just cast prestidigitation on her because she has a blood. I'm just gonna be like, it was like without even like say anything, just like wipe away the blood.
I'm gonna search this
I'm a
Bane
clean
person.
freak.
Okay. Yeah, so you search the corpse, the now corpse of this Fist of Bane. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, Bane is the evil god of tyranny. He's not a good dude. So this woman seems like a cultist of Bane. So now you got like two cultists fighting each other apparently, from differing factions.
It looks like looks like two cults are in one territory. It's never a good thing.
So yeah, the cultist, she doesn't have anything special about her. She just has her chainmail, which is kind of like bloodied now that Rowan sank her great axe into it, and also the shield. And both of them have like symbology of Bane on them, but she doesn't have anything other than that.
Does he have like a holy symbol or something, or like
an unholy symbol of Bane.
Yeah, an unholy symbol of Bane.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll just take that.
Okay.
It's an easy enough payday for us if they fight each other, though.
You can add a custom item of like unholy symbol of Bane if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Your backpack or whatever. Okay.
Well, I think at least one of us can pretend to be some sort of new recruit or something with these little trinkets on us. Hopefully.
Well, do we still hear? You said there's screaming to the north of us or something
Yeah,
as well.
so you
earlier.
guys-
Is that like pain screaming? Is that?
Yeah,
Like,
someone
what's
is
that sound like?
it's pain screaming. Someone is like struggling up to the north, through this little walkway up here. And you also, I should say, you also hear like a little bit of a murmuring sound coming from this direction.
We're not fully alone yet.
Do we split up or stay together?
I say we go for it.
I'm going to stay behind the people with the weapons.
Stay together.
We
But I
stay
think
together.
we
Do
should
you want to?
investigate half
What was that about splitting up?
the west.
But like, how was it? Like cabin in the woods.
All right,
So-
Scooby Gang.
Yeah.
I'll go over here.
They just spray us with gas. We should split up.
Yeah.
All right.
We should split up.
Where do you guys want to go?
Alina, where's Scooby?
With the horses. Eating his Scooby snacks.
Dang it.
I mean,
So are we
follow up that
splitting up then?
river, or that creek? Can we follow it up? Like, can we just like walk through there?
Well, there's a
and
path to the right.
Yeah, you
right?
see, you can
Oh.
you can walk through the water. Maybe that'll make some noise. There's also, you guys see, there's like another footpath leading this way. But then there's also a footpath leading this way, and you hear some murmuring. Someone is like whispering or murmuring something over
I
in
feel
this
like
little.
How about this? You guys go
we
to the
know
left.
there's activity to the left, so I think we should definitely investigate it before we end up sandwiched.
Yeah.
Well,
in a
the
fight.
north sounds more dire, right? There's
Well-
activity both
Well,
places.
up to the north, you hear something coming from this direction. Someone is making screamed pain screams, and they're like pleading for their life. Like, stop! No, stop!
Yeah, that seems like more immediate time-wise that we should get to.
How about this? We'll send me. I'll go to the west. All of you go north. I'll figure out what's going on in the west, and if it's nothing, I'll come back.
I'm gonna be stealthy about it. And
I'm the
get through
sneakiest
this.
one out of all of you guys here.
True.
Sounds good to me.
I'm immediately gonna cross the water and just start heading this way.
All right.
Anyone alone?
I'll make sure that no one comes up from behind us.
Okay.
Be careful, Alphonse.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
So, Giles, are you going to go up to the north too? Oh, did he say that? Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Trevor? Hello? All right, well,
So,
I'm
also,
gonna assume he is.
in front of, don't use my real name in front of everyone. Random people.
Yeah, you guys,
Damien.
you gotta refer to him as Damien.
Damien. Be
Yeah.
careful, Damien.
Okay, so Alphonse, go ahead and roll me a stealth check. I'll just handle your thing first, and then we'll go to the other team.
Does Rhea know you as Damien?
That's
by the
16.
way?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
Rhea would know you as Damien. Okay,
Yeah,
16,
Rhea knows
cool.
me, Damien.
So you're able to stealthily traverse through this little footpath toward the other area. And once you get to there, you see in here another like cult member is standing here doing something, and there's two like skeleton bodyguards standing beside him. You see the cultist of Markul.
Jeez.
Sorry, what is he doing? Hold on.
He's just hanging out.
He's standing over a slain another. You can tell by this. He's wearing the same robes as the previous Dragon Claw, is what they're called. The cultists of Tiamat. They're called Dragon Claws. So you see that this necromite of Merkul is standing over a slain Dragon Claw on top of the altar, and he's like using a knife to like cut some like gross symbols into his skin, into the skin of this corpse. You can also see that like on the floor around the necromite of Merkul, there are 5 little dilapidated stone figurines that are like different colors. They're all the different colors of the different heads of Tiamat. And you suspect that those actually might be worth a pretty penny, each of them, if you were to snag them. But yeah, this necromite is not aware of you creeping in the woods behind him.
How hard would it be to grab one of the things? Or...
Well, they're like laid out. They're standing on the ground, like behind him. So you just have to sneak up behind him and try to snag him, and then walk away. You'd have to do another stealth check for this, or else.
Yeah.
Actually, I keep your same stealth, but you'd have to do a sleight of hand check.
Do I do a chat?
Oh, you're alone, buddy. This is on you.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to risk it.
Should we try to snag it, guys?
Yeah. Do I snag it? Do I risk it for the biscuit?
Oh, well, if there's biscuits
Always.
involved, hell yeah.
Obviously.
Go.
They said obviously.
I guess I'm doing it. I'm doing it, Parker.
I'd like to
All right.
play sad trombone.
So you sneak forward to like you can move your token to be like just behind in the square just behind the necromite, and roll me a sleight of hand. Are you able to grab these 5 little statuettes
All right.
of Tiamat?
Man, I probably should have given him a bardic inspiration.
Okay. Good
well.
thing I'm a human. So I'm gonna
Oh.
use my heroic inspiration.
Yeah. I actually forgot to mention that. So heroic inspiration, humans default get 1 every long rest, but all of you every session will start with 1.
Oh, cool.
So Alphonse, you actually have 2 right now because you like long rested before this session technically. So you get your 1 free one that everyone gets per session, and then you get humans get 1 every time they long rest.
All right. This dice is going to dice jail, and my my red gooey fucking slime will eat it.
Sweets, do you know what a heroic inspiration is?
No.
So it's like you once per session, since you're an elf, you're not a human, so you don't have this extra ability. But once per session, you get to roll one die with advantage. Or no, sorry, you get to re-roll 1 die. They changed it so it's a re-roll. And that could be any die now. It's not just a d20. It could be a damage dice or a skill check or an attack roll or a saving throw, any die at all. You can just re-roll that.
Can you only use one per roll?
Yeah, only one per roll. So like, if you're rolling like 8d6 fire damage, you don't get to re-roll all 8d6. You just get to re-roll one of the d6.
Yeah. So I rolled an 11
Total.
total.
Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, so you
no.
describe how you fail and like alert this necromite to your presence.
All right. Alphonse goes up behind. He picks up one of the statues, and then sees another one, and it's like, I could carry two. That's no problem. He picks the other one up, but he isn't really like paying attention to the other one. He already feels like he's snagged, and he drops it, and it hits another statue, and clinks along the sand on the soft ground.
And instantly the necromite like stops carving his little like skinning knife into the corpse of the dragon cultist and like turns around and his eyes like lock directly onto yours. What do we have here?
Oh, I'm just observing how great this creation is of the statue.
There's like a very, very creepy, like wicked looking smile that curves across his face. An interloper then. And he like is getting ready to attack you.
Well,
Like
we're on the same side, and he pulls out the symbol of ball.
Oh, and his his like expression changes for a second, and he like tilts his head curiously.
It seems we're both here killing cultists of the claw. No?
I had not received word that another member of your kin would be joining us.
Well, we like to be prepared.
Go ahead and roll a deception check for me, please.
Oh.
Second
God.
inspiration.
Oh god.
You do have your other inspiration.
Yeah. Boba dice, get me out of here. Oh lord, wait, no, hold on, sorry, that was a 9.
Yeah.
Plus 3, that's a 12.
Mm.
Ah, fuck, do I fucking inspire and try to roll higher?
Or do you die and not have inspiration ever again?
You know what? What's inspiration this one? Because I think it can get better.
Yeah.
Alright, right in the lightning dice. And that one went out of bounds. Oh my god, it was the same number! Ah! Okay, well, that's a 12. That's a 12.
All right, so yeah, he kind of tilts his head curiously at you, and his smile like grows even wider, even creepier. I think perhaps you are not who you say you are, and then he like tries to like lunge at you. So
Oh shit!
yeah. So do you? I'll give you a chance. Like if you wanted to, you could call out to your friends to come help you here.
Well, I feel like I've been doing stuff for a while, so how about we cut to the next scene? As he's lunging at me, let's see what
Sure.
everyone else is doing as they move up the north.
Dramatic little.
Yeah.
scene
Okay.
change.
So all of you guys will rewind like 5 minutes or so. You guys we're all gonna head to the north. So what did you guys want to do?
I think we're just checking out that screaming. It sounds pretty dire.
Yeah. So you guys can move your tokens.
Yeah, I don't want to rush right in, but I will prod the crazy barbarian forward at least, and try to take it slow to look before we get too involved.
Oh yeah, I'm not scared. Let's go.
Yeah, go get him as I stand like 10 feet behind him. Yeah, go get him, champ.
Okay.
I'm
are
actually
you-
going to Bardic Inspiration roll in.
Okay. Cool. Nice.
So
Is,
I'll give you a word of.
is it a D6 at this level?
It is I think it's a D8 actually.
Ooh, a level 1. They
Let me- hold on,
increased it to
let me
that. By the way, are you guys?
It's a D6.
Okay, so
Um,
Rowan, you have a D6 inspiration or a bardic inspiration. Sorry, are you guys stealthily moving forward, or are you just like barreling through the trees, like gonna go see what's going on?
It is stealth.
I'm
I'm
slowly.
Okay,
crossing
Rowan
the
doesn't give a
Just
fuck.
yell, yeah. Barbarian here is yelling and just.
And
Listen,
Ray is just gonna follow you Giles. Alina, what are you doing?
I am fully crossing but I just I don't like leaving anyone behind, so I walk.
You want to chill here and wait to see for Alphonse?
And
How that?
I just
Okay.
go slowly along the back of the pack.
Makes sense.
Because
All right.
I'm worried.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. All right. So Rowan, as you like burst through the trees, the tree line, you see before you. Man, the music cue is just always on point. What's going on here? So you burst through the trees and see. Sorry, I have to get to. A large stone altar sits atop a small hill surrounded by 3-foot deep water. The water, by the way, is difficult terrain to pass through. For creatures of small and medium size, which is all of you. You see there is another cultist. Well, there's 2 cultists technically. There's a dragon wing cultist, so a member of the cult of the dragon is like laying down, arms and legs outstretched, like spread-eagled, and his wrists and ankles are bound. And you see there is a Nightblade, which is like a cultist of one of the dead 3. Wait, what's the? Yeah, Ball. Thank you.
So hard.
Is she the Nightblade has a dagger, and she's like literally just like slowly sinking it into this Dragonwing cultist's his arms. She's torturing him essentially, and he's just crying out in pain, like, "Please stop! What are you doing? Stop! I'll do anything."
The term
she's
cultist
just
has a
smiling.
negative connotation to it, but is the Dragonwing cultist, like, is the Dragonwing god or whatever, is that more evil leaning, or?
I mean, a Dragonwing cultist tried to kill you and exploded his thing. So yes, these are all everyone here you're finding are bad. They're on separate. There's separate cultists, part of different organizations, but they're all bad guys.
Okay, so I didn't know. I thought it was a different dragon thing for the TMI. I didn't think they were dragon wings. I thought.
No,
it was
Dragon Wing is like the name of his station as a cultist.
So, okay.
Like the lowest cult member is called a Dragon Wing, and then I think the next one up is called like a Dragon like Talon or something. They have names or for their rank. Cool. So Rowan, what do? You see this Nightblade is torturing this Dragon Wing.
She's gonna just be like, I don't like either of you, but fuck it. And she's just gonna send a firebolt.
Okay, cool.
Their way.
Awesome. So go ahead and make the attack roll for the firebolt, and this is going to start a combat for you guys as well. So we're going to have 2 separate combats going. I'm just going to roll everything all at once, and we'll handle all of the combats at the same time.
I was like, firebolts, and then I realized, oh wait,
she's a tiefling. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Okay, so that hits. So go ahead and roll the damage for this, because this firebolt will be like the initial starting of this fight.
At this point, are like Grush and I kind of like closer? Or are we still like back here?
Yeah, you guys can move slightly forward if you want,
right, cool.
behind her.
I'm just gonna move. I'm assuming she's like right behind me. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Go ahead and move yourselves. Alina, you can also move if you wish. Okay.
Is this kind of a surprise for?
Yeah, the Nightblade was completely engrossed in her torturing of this Dragonwing. So this does kind of surprise. So all of you will have advantage on your initiative rolls. Alphonse, you will not, because you do not get surprised for your combat. Okay, so gonna add to encounter. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay, so and Rhea is on your side. Okay, so go ahead and roll initiative, everybody, with advantage, except for Alphonse.
Doesn't matter. Natural 20, baby.
Sick. Okay, Alphonse gets a 26. Alina, what did you get?
So I roll initiative with advantage.
Yes, that's correct.
Got 19.
19. Man, you guys are getting good rolls. Okay, Giles, you got
22.
a 22. God, you guys are killing it. Grush got a 16. Rhea got an 11, and then Rowan got a 19. Wow, you guys killed it. Okay, boom, starting combat. So I'm gonna change the music here now. All right, so first up in this two-sided combat encounter is Alphonse. So this necromite of Merkul is smiling at you very creepily. What do you do?
I think it's been lovely. But I gotta go. And I dash out.
Okay, cool. Are you going to
Nope.
disengage or just dash? All right. Then he's going to, as you try to flee, he has a skull flail, you can see, and he's going to take that out and try to swing at you with it. Cool. So let me do that. So he's going to do an attack to hit with you. Oh, he only rolls a 10, so I'm assuming that misses.
That misses.
All right, so you definitely dodge out of the way as his like angry-looking, gross-looking skull-shaped flail like tries to collide with you and misses. All right, where are you going? All right, you run, you sprint over to Rhea, and she sees you sprinting toward her and turns around. What's going on?
You enjoy your little excursion, Alphonse?
Do I still have like at least one of the dragon
Yeah,
idols in my hand?
yeah, you grabbed one, and the second was the one that fell over. So
Yeah. I grab one and I'm just like, we gotta go. There's a fucking weirdo. There's a weirdo.
nice. All right,
And then I look out, and can I see through the tree line to see whatever's going on there? Or
yeah. I'll say now that Rowan has like seen everything, you guys can all see from where you're standing. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm like, we gotta go. Oh shit.
That's between a necromancer and a murder hobo.
Nice. I'll say that you would recognize that the statuette that you took is worth approximately 25 gold. You can keep that in your notes if you want to try to sell it later.
All right. I'm just like, yeah, there's more statues. We gotta kill that. Okay, we gotta kill that necromancer and take more of his statues. It's just worth money.
Nice. Okay. Is that your turn? All right. So next up is Giles.
All right. Oh boy. And
let's try to move quickly through this combat because there's more to go, and I don't want to keep everybody here too long. So
I'm gonna go to here, and I'm just gonna throw a Starry Wisp. I'm not gonna do anything major. Let's just see what this is. That is a natural one.
Nice.
Holy.
I hit the water actually.
Okay.
It just
Yeah.
falls into the water.
Nice.
I'll just end right there.
All right. So
Already
Giles,
ruined.
he tries to use his flute, and it makes he messes up and it makes like a little farting noise.
My little fiddle.
Okay. Next up is Alina. You see Alphonse sprinting towards you guys from the other direction, and he says, "There's a cultist over there." What do you do?
Like, I knew we shouldn't have left you alone. Leave it to you, sticky fingers. Let's see. I'm gonna move forward.
Sure.
I need to figure out.
So every square is 5 feet, so you can just
Yeah.
count it if you would like. You should have 30 feet of base movement.
Actually, can I do my Starry Wisp?
Oh yeah, you might be in range for that.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. 60 feet, so.
Okay,
should be
so it looks
good,
like
actually.
you are good. Yep,
Okay,
you're in
so
range
I
for
am
both.
going to my Starry Wisp at who did we target already? The Nightblade?
Yeah, the Nightblade. The Dragonwing cultist is like tied up, spread eagled out on this altar, so maybe he wouldn't be part of this combat.
Is that considered prone as well if we do target
Yeah.
them?
Yep, if you wanted to, he would
So that'd be
prone. Here, I'll
disadvantage for
add him.
ranged
I didn't add him to the combat, but I'll add him. Yeah. So yeah, he's tied up and prone. So any ranged attack against him would be at disadvantage, but any melee attack against him would be at advantage.
Okay. I'm gonna my Starry Wisp at Nightblade. Let's see. So, just regular roll for Starry Wisp.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Go for it.
10.
Well,
15.
15 total, because 10 plus 5. And the Nightblade's AC is 12, so you actually do hit.
Okay. Did it.
Okay, well, you did something.
I did.
But now they can't go invisible.
And now she's glowing with radiant light, which she doesn't like because she worships an unholy god. So she looks angrily at you. How dare you beseech me?
That's not your color, darling.
Okay, so she takes 8 damage. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm going to actually move over
Sure.
next to Rowan.
Alrighty. Cool. So, as your turn ends, actually, a second Nightblade appears from the tree line over here.
Not Nightblade B.
Why did her initiative get fucked up? Okay. She was supposed to have a 15 initiative, but it got fucked up and I can't change it. So whatever. I guess she has initiative 12 now. Sick. Alright, well, she appears, but she doesn't do anything yet. So, yeah, now you have an additional target. So, next up would be Rowan.
Okay.
Actually, no, wait, no.
And
Rowan's turn, I think your turn was to cast the firebolt at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, sorry, we're going to skip you for this turn, because you already went, technically, to start off this combat. So then, next up would be Grush. Brendan, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Yeah, that's a problem. My bad. So I see the second Nightblade step out. I know numbers are getting larger. There might be somebody coming up behind us. So instead of a cantrip, I'm going to actually use my chromatic orb.
Sure. You like that?
I'm targeting for the first one. Oh, shit. I am going to use my heroic inspiration.
Go for it.
That's better. 21 to hit.
Oh, that hits for sure.
Oh, it doesn't bounce at level 1. Is there any point in using chromatic orb?
It doesn't bounce at 1? Really? I thought
Because
it did.
I have to have the numbers matched, don't I?
It only
like
does
after
1d8, or does it do 2d8?
No, it does. It does. Oh, it's the damage
It's the damage that
determines
has to
when it
match.
bounces.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
If you roll the damage dice, if 2 of those match, then it bounces.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. So let me roll those. I'm doing cold damage for the record, just because.
Okay.
They do not match, but that is 20 damage. To
Jesus.
Nightblade.
Dear God. Well, how do you kill her?
It's cold damage, so you just see like the eye patch puffs. Once again, the veins turn blue this time, like a light, like Gatorade Frost, whatever, blue. Shoot out, hit her square in the face, and just like you see her head just like almost become encased in like frost or ice, and she topples over.
All right, she falls to the ground dead. She's removed from the combat, but her corpse is still there for you guys to scout later.
Knowing
Hey, chill out.
knowing would be coming up behind us too.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I am just gonna move like farther this way as well, just
Okay,
to make
cool.
sure.
And
And then that'll be my turn.
all right, so next up is Nightblade B. So she sees that her sister was just killed and screams out, "How dare you!" 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's going to sprint over toward Giles.
Uh-oh.
Rutrow, indeed. And she's going to... she has a trait called Aura of Murder, because that's fun.
Because that's fun.
So as long as the Nightblade is not incapacitated, hostile creatures within 5 feet of it gain vulnerability to piercing damage, unless they have resistance or immunity to such damage. So I'm assuming you do not have resistance or immunity to that.
No.
So she's going to attack you. What's that, Sweets?
Are there saving throws for it or no?
No, this is
Okay.
just an aura that she has around
Okay.
her because she worships the god of murder.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh boy, and she hits you with a 21, I'm going to assume.
Yeah.
So, because you have vulnerability, that means you take double piercing damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
This could be a me going bye-bye. Right
No,
now.
it's only a D4 plus 2. So that would be. Was this the damage doubled or is it the dice doubled? I think it's just the damage is doubled total, right? Is that how vulnerability works, Raiden?
Did
Would
they
it
change
be-
it? Did they change
I'm
it
not
in?
sure.
12.5?
How was it in?
It was just double
5e?
damage.
Okay, so I'm just gonna roll the damage and double it. Okay, so minimum roll. So 3. So you only take 6 damage.
Oh wow. Okay.
So she sinks her wicked-looking dagger
Total
into
is
you.
double. Thanks, CJ.
Ouch.
And deals 6 damage to you. Take that. Yeah. She doesn't have multi-attack, so I think that's just it for her. So yeah, that's her turn. Next up would be Skeleton A. All right, so shifting over to where Alphonse just fled from.
Oh.
The Necromite hears the combat that's ensuing across the way and commands his skeletons to come assist. So they're going to go. They have speed of 30, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and they're just going to sprint 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and get to there.
I was assuming since Alina's the closest, she just sees like sprinting skeletons on like a beach, basically, because that's what this is.
So the
Nothing
two
more
skeletons
imposing than just-
sprint over.
Just
Guys,
full sprint.
I think I just found Damien's friends.
And then the Dragonwing cultist, who is tied up on the ritual altar, is just still screaming, "Help me, please, help!" That's his turn.
Parker said, help me,
Help me!
help me.
All right, Necromite is up next, so he's going to follow his skeleton brethren and just sprint over to you guys. Actually, does he have any ranged attacks? He might. Oh, he does. Oh, let me see. Okay, now he can't get a sight of you from there, so he's going to have to also sprint. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and get to that square. So that was his turn. All right, next up is Rhea. So she hears the sound of battle commencing and charges to glory. She's just going to actually run straight through the 5, 10. She's going to run straight this way, pass through this the creek, which is difficult terrain. Oh no, the creek isn't. Only the water around is. The creek is actually shallow enough that you can just sprint right through it. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and she's going to sprint over to these skeletons. Actually, she's going to end her turn in that square and take out her longsword in both hands and scream as she attempts to slash at skeleton A. And she rolls a 23 to hit. Damn, she's powerful. Okay, so she deals 9 damage to skeleton A. So I gotta do this one at a time. That's kind of lame. 9. All right, she cuts off like one of some of its bones. They just go scattering onto the floor, and she makes her second attack against it. And a 15, that also hits. And wrong roll, and deals 5 additional damage to it.
Question, Parker. Does aura of murder affect everything?
Everything within 5 feet of her.
Including her?
Well, not her, not herself.
Oh.
That would be dumb. Okay, so Rhea takes 2 slashes at skeleton A and actually kills it, and so it just disintegrates into or collapses into a pile of lifeless bones once more. And the skeletons don't have anything. They have like short swords and short bows. I don't know if you guys would want to collect that after the combat is done. I'll just put a black. I'm going to universally use a black thing as a dead creature on the ground. A black ring around the token. Okay, so that's Rhea's turn. Back up to the top, Alphonse.
Alrighty.
And by the way, we're definitely going to be going overtime tonight, so I hope that's okay with everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot the Nightblade.
Thank you.
I get sneak attack.
Are you stealths? Or no,
Don't need to be
did
stealth.
you vexed him, right? Or
No, Giles
Yeah,
right next to him.
Yeah.
Oh, Giles
hello.
vexed him. You're right. Go for it. Yeah, then you do get sneak attack.
Currently being stabbed.
Alright, 17.
That hits her.
Ooh. 7 damage.
Okay. So
I rolled a 2 and a 1.
your arrow pierces into her, and she screams out in pain. Ugh! You will suffer.
Oh shit. A little tougher than I would anticipate. Alright, that's it.
Okay. Next up is Giles. You have a Nightblade with a vicious aura of murder staring directly at you.
I'm going to, as a bonus action, chug that nice potion.
That's right. You guys all have healing potions.
So I'll get rid of it. And was it 2d4 plus 2?
Yeah, I don't think they buffed potions, so I think it still is that.
Alright. 5 health. Basically,
Yep.
my health back.
Nice.
And I'm going to just,
And in
I'm
the
gonna
new rules,
return-
it's a bonus action to drink potions now in the new rules, by the way. So,
I'm going to return the favor and stab her back.
all right.
So I'm going to pull out my nice dagger.
Does it come out of like the tip of your cane?
No, it's like an actual, like, it's actually an
Okay.
ornate dagger on my side.
Nice.
So I'm gonna just like with my offhand, just pull it out and stab. Let's see if this hits. 13.
Ooh, she has an AC of 12, so you do hit.
Nice. And that will do 6 more damage.
All right. How do you kill her?
She like runs up on me and stabs me, and I'm initially like taken back, but then Alphonse comes in with the shot and like kind of like takes her off of balance. And I just like in one swift motion take out my knife and stab her in the chest, and then she just falls over.
All right. Yeah, she just gurgles up blood and falls to the side.
If possible, I just want to be able to take my own dagger and
Yep.
just, like swipe the blood off and put it back in.
For sure. All right. Next up, Alina. So.
Oh, and I'm gonna move.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Sorry, I'm just gonna like move. This is. You're saying the water is.
The water is rough terrain. Yes.
I'm gonna go to here, and then can I like jump into it a little bit?
You would have to do a standing long jump, so you'd have to like make an athletics check to do that.
Okay. Athletics.
Yeah. Good luck.
8.
All right. So you fail, and
Yeah, I just jumped 5 feet.
it wasn't a nat 1, so you don't like fall, but you'd like land. Yeah, just like 5 feet in front of you in the water.
So that's 10 feet of movement. So I'm at 15.
Yeah.
25. What that? Like 30 right there. Is that?
Yep. That makes sense.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna look down at the cultists. I'm not gonna say anything yet, but I'm just gonna end my turn there.
Okay. Cool. Next up is Alina.
Quick question. Does the protection from evil and good spell that I have work against the necromite of...
They are very evil.
Okay.
Well, it has
says
specific
undead.
creature types, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the
So-
necromite is not an undead, but the skeleton is.
Okay, so yeah, because it says celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and
Yeah,
we're
the
undead.
necromite is a humanoid.
Yeah,
or
it
human.
probably won't be as useful again in this encounter.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Go for... I need to be 60.
Yeah, you're in range for that for sure.
Okay. And I will aim at necromite.
All right. So, Toll the Dead is a saving throw, so the necromant has to make a, I believe it's a Wisdom saving throw against your spell
yes.
save DC, right?
Yeah, wisdom
so
saving throw. Yeah.
All right. So what is your spell save DC? It should say that on your character sheet.
Or take 1d8 necrotic damage. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Well, I have to. So for him, I have to roll a saving throw. So he has a +0. Oh, he rolled a nat 1. So he fails.
Oh, I'm
so
sharing
you
the
do
wealth.
damage to him.
Okay.
All right. So describe how what is the spell? Because it's like a big bell or whatever.
Yeah.
Can you describe it?
So it says you point at one creature you can see within range, and the single chime of a dolorous bell is audible within 10 feet of the target.
Sure.
Okay, so
Go ahead and roll a D. Is it a D10 and then a D12, or is it D8 and then a D12 or D10?
it
For
really just has one spot for me
yeah.
to click on.
So
necrotic
there's two different rolls for Toll the Dead. There's if the creature has not taken any damage yet, then it's like a lesser roll. But if they have taken damage, then it's a higher roll and they take more damage actually, technically. But this is the first time the Necromite is taking damage, so it's going to be the lesser roll. So I believe it's just a D. Does it say a D8?
That's what's highlighted on my character.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll that 1d8. Yeah.
7
damage.
Okay, nice. So, you deal 7 necrotic damage to it. I don't think he has any resistances. No, he doesn't. Okay, cool. So, all right. So the sound of the bell, for whom the bell tolls, and he takes some necrotic damage from the sound and is ringing through his ears. Death is not coming for me today, I'm afraid. Cool. Is there anything else you would like to do?
No, because everything's within range. Okay.
All right, cool. Next up is Rowan. So you see there's one skeleton, a necromite of Merkul, and the Dragonwing, who is like out of combat technically because he's tied up.
Okay. She's probably just gonna run to the skeleton.
All right, go beside your dear friend Rhea, your employer.
And she's gonna take a big ol' swing with her great axe.
All in a day's work. Nice.
30, 20.
That definitely hits.
God damn it. 5.
Oh, okay.
5 damage.
Well, it's are you raging? Have you raged?
I have not raged. No.
If you want to do that, we can say retroactively that you raged before this. If you wanted to.
No, not yet. Not
Okay.
yet.
All right. So it takes 5 damage. You swing your great axe and clunk into it, or slash into it rather, and you hear the sound of bones crunching. Cool. Is that it?
That's gonna be it.
All right. Next up is Grush.
Yep, so Grush steps out from the forest tree line a little bit more into the open, sees what's going on. Looks like the Necromite's the big baddie in this situation, so it's going to aim for him. Going to shoot a Sorcerer's Blast, this time going for acid damage just because, and I'm also going to use a luck point to give myself advantage.
Nice.
Because you have to do that beforehand now, which boo.
Yeah. It needed to be nerfed. Let's all.
No, it's for sure. The one time I actually play with luck, though. All right, so I got 21 to hit.
That definitely hits.
D8, 4 acid damage,
Okay.
and I'll just stay out here now.
So yeah, a splash of acid goes against the Necromite's body, and it starts to like sizzle, and smoke comes off, and he goes, ah! Cool. Next up is the skeleton, who is going to attack you, Rowan, because you just attacked it. So it has a short sword. It's going to pull it out and get a 15 to hit on you. Does that hit you?
That hits, unfortunately.
Okay, so it does 5 piercing damage to you. So it jabs you with its short sword.
Oof.
All
It's
right.
not too bad.
Yeah, and that's the skeleton's turn. So next up is the Dragonwing Cultist, who's continuing to thrash in his like bindings on top of the ritual altar. He sees Giles Giles walk up to him, and he's like, "Please, untie me, help me." And that's his turn. So next up is the Necromite. He's going to cast from a distance at Rhea. He has a ranged attack called Claws of the Grave. So he's going to do a spell attack. Ooh, and he only rolled a 7, so he actually misses. So he tries to send forth like a skeletal claw, magical claw from his hand, but Ray is able to dodge out of the way. And that's his turn. Okay, so next up is Rhea herself. She sees it seems like Rowan has got the skeleton under control, so she's gonna like give you a nod and then like step forward on over the corpse of this one and then meet the Necromite head on. I will kill you, evil scum. And she's going to attack him with her long sword. Nice, 21 to hit, so she frickin' sinks her blade into him. 11 damage, damn. She's a G. Oh, wow. Okay, so she does 11 damage. Ugh! A huge gash through the center of his chest. Ugh! And blood starts like pouring out. He's on his absolute last breath. And she goes in for a second swing against him. Ooh, 11. Does that hit? That is exactly his AC, so it doesn't even matter what damage was because he only had 1 HP left. So she takes her second swing. She twirls around and then comes around the other side and completely decapitates the Necromite, and his body falls limp to the floor. And then she wipes the blood clean like a cool badass. Alphonse. All you see is one remaining skeleton who is pretty hurt, and then the bound Dragonwing cultist.
All right, gonna go ahead and help Rowan out. Does a 13 hit?
Yes. Oh wait, no. This skeleton has 14 AC, so no, actually it misses.
Okay, then I miss.
Dang.
I fire the arrow and it just sinks to the side.
Okay. Next up is Giles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the situation in front of me. I'm gonna say it's pretty well handled. There's only a skeleton left, and Rowan could probably dispatch it. I'm going to turn to this cultist that's tied up. And I'm gonna pull out the dagger and just like have it in my hand and just like very like get close up to his face. It's why are members of the dead or why are cultists the dead 3 here?
I don't know, man. Just let me free. He's like,
I'm gonna like take it back from like, hold tight a little bit. I'm gonna actually just cast Starry Wisp. Like I thought I was gonna like get some like information out of this individual, and he kind of just like shocked me back in the situation I'm in. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, okay. I was gonna cast Starry Wisp.
Sure, at the skeleton.
Actually, what distance? 5, 10.
I think it's like 60, so you should be good.
25 feet away. You know what? I'm actually gonna move 5 feet into the water.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm gonna throw my dagger at that skeleton.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So I already have it out.
Yeah, this will go well.
So I'm gonna throw it.
Will that be disadvantage too, since he's prone?
No, he's throwing it at the skeleton.
Oh, the skeleton. My bad.
Right?
Yes. A
Yeah,
16 to hit.
Yes, that hits. It's got 14 AC.
And only min damage, 4 damage.
Okay. Well, it's still up. So you're your knife, you throw your dagger across the water, and it sinks into the skull of the skeleton, and it's just stuck there. But it kind of like it wordlessly turns its skull and stares at you with eyeless eye sockets.
I thought it'd be easier than that. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm just gonna like retreat back up so I'm not sitting in water.
So you're gonna have to retrieve your dagger at the end of this. If
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's Giles' turn.
Or Rowan can. She's right there.
If she wants.
She is.
Alina, that's you. Seems like the only remaining combatant right now is the skeleton, which is just about smited, whatever the word is.
I will cast Starry Wisp at it.
Nice. Go for it. Oh, unfortunately, it's EC's 14, so it holds up a shield and blocks your magical energy.
Very elusive, so.
Anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay. Next up is Rowan. The last remaining combatant is this skeleton staring at you with a dagger now impaled through its skull.
And she's gonna just say, "Dodge this bitch," and try and throw a great axe.
Well, that definitely hits.
To it.
Yeah, it just barely hits, actually. 14 is beats it. So
That would have been real embarrassing.
Just so many misses.
Go ahead and roll damage. Okay.
11 damage.
So you sink your great axe into it, and it dies and collapses into a pile of scattered bones. Okay, so I'm gonna assume this is the end of the combat here because this dragon wing cultist is tied up for you guys.
Yeah, I'm not gonna free this guy.
So I'm gonna.
Not a good history of these fellers.
So yeah, the dragon wing is like struggling in his binds. He's like, I promise, if you let me go, I'll tell you anything you want to know.
I'm gonna look to him and like, sorry fella, don't trust you. Your lot seems to explode quite often, just from my history.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Just let me go. Go ahead and roll a insight check.
Me?
Yeah, Giles.
Alright. I'm pretty okay with those. 15.
Okay, you can tell he actually seems desperate. Like he doesn't seem like he's lying to you. Like he would be willing to give up information to you.
All right. I'm gonna just untie him from his little post.
Yeah.
The altar that he's on.
While he's untying him, can I start rummaging through this Nightblade's pockets?
Yes. So, if you guys wanted to search everything here, we can just do a general search.
Sure.
Rowan, can you retrieve my knife that's in its skull, please?
So each of the two Nightblades has a potion of healing, and they also have an item called a Rose of Bale. And I will take a screenshot of this actually, and I'll post it in the campaign info channel. So each of the Nightblades has one of these roses of Bale. So it's this rose is infused with divination magic, emitting a reddish orange glow whenever Bale spawn are within 10 feet of it. So yeah, right now it's glowing because there's two dead ones on the ground. Also, each of them has one potion of healing.
So it's 2 potions total?
Yes, 2 potions total.
And we have
And
2
then-
people use potions?
I feel like we need Giles.
Right.
I would appreciate that, yeah.
Also, so the skeletons each had a short sword and a short bow. I don't know if you guys wanted to collect those for later. It's up to you. You just leave them if you want.
I'll take the short swords.
Okay, so you can add
Where's the
2
marking
short
of the
swords. I don't remember. You can look it up if you would like.
I'd like to go back to the.
Yeah, you can do that. So you
thinking,
can
like,
collect 4 more of the statuettes if you want, and each of those are also worth 25 GP.
all right, I'll come back and you'll just see me like arm with all these fucking statue figurettes, and I'm like, I start passing one out to each person here. I'm just like, I only have so much space in my backpack. You guys take one too.
So if you
I'm
want
not
each of
fucking holding
you,
everything.
Okay.
I'm not holding every single one.
if you want, each of you can add a custom item called a statuette of Tiamat, and its worth is 25.
If you
GP.
guys want, I already have one in my inventory. I just put.
Or
I
you
could
could just-
put
yeah.
5. I could
Yeah,
just
yeah,
put
that
5
works.
for us, and then
That works, that works.
Just remember that you all have one.
So
Okay.
additionally, I'll say that because you like walk past the body of the necromite Alphonse, you also see sticking out of his robes is a little skeletal hand, and it's like attached. The hand is like attached to like a forearm. It's like a skeleton of a hand and a forearm.
Okay, I examine it.
Okay, so this is an item called a bone of animation. So it's a wondrous item that requires attunement. It appears to be a regular human upper arm bone. While holding the bone, you can use an action to speak the command word and turn the bone into a skeleton. The skeleton reverts to bone form after 1 hour or when it drops to 0 hit points. The skeleton is friendly to you and your companions for the duration. You roll initiative for it. It takes its own turns. I would rule this that like whoever uses this item, the skeleton is like your companion, so they go on your turn. So like you can simultaneously go with the skeleton and choose like which order of operations you want to do with your pet skeleton, essentially. It obeys any verbal commands that you issue to it. No action required by you. If you don't issue any commands, it defends itself from hostile creatures or otherwise takes no actions. Once the bone is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn. So this is like a once a day skeletal companion you can summon. So whoever wants that can have it. It does require attunement though, and each character only has 3 magical item attunement slots. So that would be one of your 3 slots.
How funny would it be if the druid took this?
Yeah, you can use it as a play toy with your
Yeah,
with your
exactly.
wolf.
Fucking
and
the
then-
wolf will chase the bone.
If you guys want, I already have a companion. And else wants one.
You're turning
Campaign
into a
roll. We
summoner
just let
druid now.
Alina. Yeah, we just let Alina have every companion.
Oh my
possible.
lord.
It's her turn. It's her turn.
pack.
She has like 6 things to manage.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
just
Into a Pokemon
You do
master
know this is
before
my
you're-
first campaign.
Oh, what's up, Ryan?
Yeah,
I didn't use
yeah,
your
she's
I joined about 15 minutes ago, but I was like,
Okay.
I was just
Yeah,
listening.
What's
I
up?
nice, dude.
no longer
I
playing.
I didn't want to like ruin the flow of the.
Yeah. I'm trying to end this as fast as possible. So let's kick into gear here, guys. Okay, so
Yeah.
Sure.
so you got 2 roses of Bale. I don't know if you could want to hand those out to anybody.
I put one in my inventory if people don't mind me having one.
Those look kind of nice. Could I have one?
Go for
And
it.
also, not he's trying to get stabbed, so I'll add one.
Okay, cool. So Grush has one and Giles has the other. All right, so you untie the dragon wing cultist, and he like rubs his hands as they're free. You can see he's got cut marks all over him because they were like the Nightblade was freaking torturing him. And he's just bleeding profusely. He says, "Oh, thank you. What can I do to repay you?"
How much money you got?
I'm gonna ask him why he's here and what exactly were they doing before they were, I'm assuming, jumped by the ballites and whatnot.
Yeah, he
By the way, Perkin, I couldn't find a rose of ball and
yeah, it's a
custom.
custom item. You're gonna have to add it yourself. I think the bone of animation might be a real item, maybe ? But I know the rose is a custom.
Oh, do I have to add that?
Yeah, you should.
What's it called
Search
again?
a bone of animation. I hope that's a real item, so you don't have to like do a custom one? Because custom items can be kind of annoying.
Yeah, no.
It's not? Oh, dang. Okay. Well, you can add it as a custom item. You should
I
you
can
should see
help
an
you with
option.
that after if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
Sweets.
Thank you.
Okay. So the dragon wing explains that fine, I'll tell you. Hold on, sorry. I have to find the right paragraph here. There's a million pages. We were collecting things, and he sees that you like have the statuettes now.
Yeah.
They just hired me. Well, they just indoctrinated me, or not indoctrinated. They accepted me into the cult just a few weeks ago. I'm a new member. I wasn't really that involved. And you can actually, I'll just say your insight check from earlier, Giles, carries over. He's actually telling the truth. He was like, he's a new recruit. So I don't know exactly what they were planning to do here. They didn't really tell me much, but I know it wasn't anything good. Please forgive me. If you let me go, I have a wife. I'll take her. I'll take her to Waterdeep, and we'll start a new life there.
Waterdeep, huh? I'm gonna look at him. Get out of here, kid. I'm just gonna like motion to like just nudge, just get him out of here.
Okay. He reaches into his robes and he pulls out a furled up scroll. There is one thing, and he hands this scroll to you. I took this from that guy over there, and he points to the necrophyte or whatever, necromite. And I'm gonna post an image. Hold on, I have to zoom out because this thing is huge. There we go. So this is the letter that he hands you. I'm sorry, it's in cursive, so it might be like a little difficult to read. So I'll read it out aloud, so you guys can all hear it. So it says, "Head to the bathhouse in Baldur's Gate and retrieve our queen's stolen treasure." And he's a dragon claw, so the queen would be Tiamat. The bathhouse is located in the northern portion of the lower city. It has a walled garden and frolicking nymphs carved into its front gates. If Duke Vanthemper, and that name actually sticks out to Alphonse, you recognize she is a duke, one of the high dukes of the Council of Four in Baldur's Gate. She handles the sewage and like water works of the city. If Duke Vanthemper thinks she can use our queen's treasure to buy the loyalty of the Cult of the Dead Three, she is sorely mistaken. I'll be looking for you in Baldur's Gate when I arrive. Bring the treasure to me then, or Oltis will come for you. And it's signed Worm Speaker Resmir. So I'm gonna type that here.
I spent some time in Baldur's Gate. Do any of these names or locations like trigger anything in me?
I mean, you know that the lower city is like the rougher area of Baldur's Gate. You have also heard the name Duke Vanthemper. She's one of the most powerful people in Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
The name Oltis, no one recognizes that, or Worm Speaker Resmir. You assume Worm Speaker because it's spelled that way. Is probably like a rank for a cultist of the Cult of the Dragon as well. Probably a higher rank than the Dragon Wing would be.
I see.
Yeah, and I think you would recognize that maybe anyone who has done research into the occult lore or whatever in D&D. I'll let you decide whether your character has or has heard of the Cult of the Dead Three. They're an evil cult who worships the three gods of murder, pain, and what's the other one? I forgot.
It's tyranny, death, and murder.
Yeah.
I'm assuming my character would know from his time in Waterdeep
Sure.
that he might have encountered a couple of these followers.
Okay, yeah.
So he is.
Sure. So you have like a cursory knowledge of them. All right. So, Giles, you let the Dragonwing cultist go, and he like thanks you profusely. And like he's still bleeding, but he just like kind of hobbles away down toward the road. Actually, he's gonna go on this northern path away from you guys.
I'm actually gonna. I'm gonna look at him. Like as he's heading, I'm just gonna toss him the healing potion. You're gonna need it more than I will, kid.
Thank you so much. And he just chugs it instantly.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna hand that letter to Reyna, and basically just tell her, "Can you gather anything out of this more than I can?"
No, not really. But I'm sure the High Rider himself will have some further information for us. So she takes the letter that you hand her and then tucks it away inside of her pack. All right, let's get out of here while we still can. Let's make it back before nightfall. Okay, so I'm going to expedite this here. So you guys leave this area because you found everything there was to find. You hop back on your horses. Alina, you find that your new little wolf companion is dutifully staying there, wagging her tail as soon as you arrive. She seems very happy to see you. So you guys get on your horses and you travel back to Elturel. So fast forward, you guys travel along the road for like an hour and a half, and you see the city of Elturel lies before you. So you get to the front gate. The two guards are still stationed out there, and they nod at Rhea. But before you guys go inside, she hops off her horse, and you guys all hop off your horses too with her. And she digs in her rucksack, and so yeah, she dismounts, pulls out a large coin purse from her saddlebag, actually, and then she says, "All right, this is the remainder of the payment for completion of the mission. Great work, everybody." And she hands each of you 150 additional gold pieces, so you can add 150 more gold to each of your inventories.
Nice.
Yippee!
All right, and so she says, "Excellent work. I'm sorry that some of you got hurt, but at least we all made it out in one piece, right?" And as she says that, as you're all standing here, at the front gate, suddenly, from inside the city, you hear terrifying screams and shouts of panic. Up above, you see the sky is rapidly turning to an angry, fiery red color. And you can see the companion, previously shining like a golden sun, has now completely changed. It has turned into a pitch black sphere and has bolts of lightning crackling around it violently. A series of huge metallic chains burst forth from the black sphere, shooting down toward the ground below. The huge chains collide into the earth with loud explosions, and all of you are sent reeling as they cause powerful earthquakes beneath your feet. You can see large chunks of molten rock are now falling out from within the black sphere, like hellfire raining down upon the cityscape below. Beyond the front gate where you're currently standing, you can see that most of the city has suddenly gone up in flames. Buildings and structures turned into a blazing inferno from the falling debris. You hear the sound of thousands of terrified civilians crying out in a mass panic. Rhea lets out a curse under her breath. "What the fuck is happening?" She quickly unsheaths her sword and sprints through the front gate into the city. What do you guys do?
Get back up and just go. Someone told me that's normally what happens with the giant sphere.
Normally it just stays there, right?
Yeah, I don't think it does that normally.
Do you guys follow in through the front gates after her?
This seems beyond our scope. I'd rather not. Unless Rowan starts chasing after.
I mean,
I'd argue that
some people have family and friends in the city, so I don't think they're just gonna leave them.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay.
Rowan would probably take off right after Rhea.
I'd probably follow Rowan just because she has the big axe weapon,
Nice.
and don't want to be stuck in danger without a weapon.
Okay. Does everybody follow?
I do.
Grush will be the last one. He'll kind of like look longingly away from the city, and then sigh and follow after.
Alphonse will look at Grush and just like kind of give him the fuck me, like fuck us look, right?
Exactly.
And so just start walking with him.
All right. So
I turn around. I'm like, come on, guys. Rowan's going in.
What a terrible day to stop huffing glue.
Nice.
What a terrible day to care about people.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys enter in through the front gate and see badness before you.
Badness.
So, sorry, the map is a little small, so go ahead and zoom into it. And I'm going to add your guys' tokens to the map here.
Grace is back.
Little rascal.
So I'm just going to
From
put
one hell to another hell.
We have to save
Probably a
Lonky.
worse hell.
We have to save Lonky.
Lonky is nowhere to be seen.
Oh no.
So yeah, Rhea rushes in, sees that this is absolute badness. So you guys see before you, all the buildings are on fire. There's chaos. The ground is still like erupting in like an earthquake. Up above, the companion is turned into a pitch black sphere with lightning crackling around it. There's like hellfire raining down on the cityscape. As you enter through the gate, you see there 4 Hell Riders are like desperately trying to fight off these strange looking like you've probably never seen anything like this before. They're almost like zombies, but not really. They're crying out in pain and like reaching ghoulish looking claws toward the Hell Riders. Yeah, and then you also see Grace is like whimpering back in the corner of that building back there, and this Hell Rider C is like honorably trying to defend off these 2 creatures against her. So we're going to roll initiative here. I'm only going to include one of the Hell Riders and one of the Lemures, and not Grace because she's not a combatant.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
Oh.
Holy!
Natural 20.
I pull out my companion Robocroc and just go, what did we get ourselves into?
With advantage for initiative? No.
No. Because you guys didn't sneak up on this. You would get advantage if there was like a surprise round, but this isn't a surprise round. So just go ahead and do a standard roll. Okay, so Giles got 12.
Surprisingly, I rolled a 10.
Rowan got a 7.
Yep.
And I'm going to change the music, by the way.
Parker, I rolled a 10.
Alina got a 16. Alphonse got a 10, even with his freaking alert.
Yep.
Okay.
4, man. What do you want from me?
Oh, wait. Shit. Here, I gotta remove some stuff. Hold on. It added everybody, but I didn't want it to add to the encounter. Okay, you're gone. You're gone. You're gone. You're gone. Okay. And you are a party member, and so are you. Okay, cool. So, first up is
Ryan with us?
No, he's not. He's not nowhere to be seen. Giles and Alina, you guys both. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I was looking at your ACs. Giles, you're up first.
All right. Oh. Pretty chaotic. I'm just gonna like run up to here. And I'm actually gonna cast Bane on BCD. The Lemures. They have to make Wisdom saves.
Okay.
No, Charisma saves. Sorry, Charisma.
Charisma saves.
Yeah. I was about to say, I was like, wait a second.
Charisma saves. They have a -3 to charisma, so this will go swimmingly. All right. One of them rolled a 0. The other one rolled a 13.
What about the other one?
Oh, 3. That's right. The third one rolled also a 13. So sorry, one
two of
failed.
them- Two of them pass. So I guess B will be Bane.
All right, so we will put
Bane.
Bane. We'll put this orange color for Bane.
See what will break first. Your spirit or your body.
Okay.
But I'll just end my turn there. I mean, it sucks.
All right. Next up is Alina. So, Alina, at the start of your turn, you actually catch something out of the glimpse of your eye. Up on this rooftop up here, to your right, you see the little rat that you saw back at the beginning of the session, or when you first entered the Hellriders Guild Hall. The rat starts to cackle, and then it shapeshifts into a little imp. And in fact, there were 4 rats, and all of them start cackling, and then they all shapeshift out of their polymorphed rat form into their actual true forms as 4 little imps. So, it's your turn, Alina.
And now these are all. Not on
Those imps are on top. They're on the rooftops, by the way. So you'd have to do like a ranged ability or try to climb up a roof to get to them.
Well, no, I'm just trying to figure out if the protection from good and evil will work now.
Yeah, these are all
yep.
fiends. Every
Yep.
creature you see here is a
Okay.
fiend. So it
Okay,
would work.
so it would help. Okay. And what is blessed?
So bless, yeah, you choose 3 characters and you give them a plus a d4 to their attack rolls and saving throws,
Okay, so I think I'm gonna.
which is really good.
Yeah, do blessed. Is it
Nice, who are you gonna put it on?
concentration? Okay. So I can choose 3 people.
Yeah, including yourself if you would like, but 3
I
targets.
want to give that to Rowan,
Sure.
Damien, and I don't know. Rhea would be up close,
Yeah,
right?
probably.
And
Sure.
so Rhea.
Okay, so the yellow circle will indicate bless.
Also,
Okay.
remember, because it was your magic initiate bless, so you don't actually.
Yeah,
so
it's
like,
a free spell cast of bless.
Okay, so how do I mark that?
Remember, if you go into your like features and traits column of
Traits.
your page, you can scroll all the way to the bottom, and it should be at the
Bless.
very, very bottom.
Okay, and I clicked it. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Cool. So that is now expended. All
Okay,
right.
but
Anything else
that's
you want to do?
that's my turn pretty much though, correct?
Okay. You're just gonna chill there. All right. So, Imp B is gonna cackle with laughter and fly down and try to attack Rhea. I'm gonna try to do this as fast as I can. He's gonna try to bite her, and ooh, it does bite her. So she takes 4 piercing damage. And then she has to do a DC 11 con save.
Plus a D4.
Plus a d4. Okay, she succeeds, so never mind, she is not poisoned. Alright, and then Imp A goes next. Got all the imps rolled 13. Okay, so Imp A is going to do the same thing, fly down toward Rhea. And attack her, and it misses. Cool, so don't have to worry about that. And then C, Imp C is going to fly down. They have a fly speed of 40 feet, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so it's going to fly down toward you, Rowan, and try to attack you. It gets a 14 to hit. What's your AC?
15.
Okay, cool. So you definitely dodge away as it tries to sink its little fangs into you. And then Imp D flies down to attack you, Alina. And it's going to roll a 12 to hit, so I'm assuming that also misses you.
It's based off of my armor class.
Yes.
Okay, then yes, it misses.
Okay, cool. So you also definitely dodge aside. So next up is Rhea. So she is going to look at these two imps flying around here, but then she also looks to the north, sees her Hellrider companions are fending off against these fiendish creatures, and she also sees Grace is like cowering back in that corner. So she turns to you, Alphonse and Grush, and says, "Deal with these two. I'm gonna go save her." So she's going to disengage and sprint 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and go up to this Lemure up here. Right, next up is Grush. You got two imps in front of you.
Yep, so I'm going to do what I should have done earlier, but I didn't read things. So I'm going to start off by using my bonus action to use Innate Sorcery. So now all of my Sorcerer spell DCs are increased by 1, and I have advantage on all attack rolls with Sorcerer spells I cast for the next minute. Yeah. So I will target Imp, I guess Imp B, with Sorcerer's Blast. Or burst.
Right.
I'm gonna keep saying that wrong.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh my gosh, this dice. Oh, nat 20.
Oh,
Great.
roll damage. He's definitely, almost certainly gonna die. But go ahead.
So, with just out of curiosity, because the Sorcerer's Burst, is this 2D? Yeah, it's okay. So it's 2D8.
I think if you roll it right
I
now,
double the damage. I do 2D8s, which matter for Sorcerer's Burst.
yeah. So, what you do is you right-click the damage.
It automatically did it. I was just making sure it just didn't double the damage, and it's 2D8.
No, it's gonna roll 2d8s. Yeah, it doubles the dice, not the damage.
I didn't get an 8, so
Okay.
anyways, about 8 damage total against him.
All right. He doesn't die, but you do a hefty. What damage type was that?
Good call. I didn't really specify, so
You choose.
I guess. Which one haven't I done yet? I'll do thunder damage.
Okay. Yeah, you shoot out a thunderous blast and or burst, and you do a heavy blow to it. Ugh! It's not cackling with laughter anymore, as it's like bleeding out of its orifices.
Yep. And I don't really have anywhere to go, so I guess I'll just stay here.
Okay.
Turn.
Cool. So next up would be Alphonse.
All right. Pull out the rapier. I move up. Who did he hit? And B?
He hit B, yes.
All right, I'll stab B, and
All
I
right.
roll 20.
Oh, you hit for sure.
30, 20,
Yep.
and then 10 damage.
Oh, you easily skewer it. All right, so Imp B is dead. All right, anything else?
There at Imp A. And I just
Okay.
do the, like, I'm looking at you, motherfucker.
So the Hell Riders I'm just going to do as a cumulative turn. I'm just going to roll a d20. And, ooh, I rolled a 9, so they actually miss. So all the Hell Riders are going to miss all their attacks. They're
Nice.
being harried by all these Lemures. They're doing their best, but you can see they're already hurt, most of them. So, like, they've already fought off a number of. You see the corpses of Lemures. Actually, no. When the Lemure dies, it like disintegrates and goes back to hell. So I guess you don't see any corpses. You see like ashes on the ground,
Yeah.
piles of ashes. But yeah, it seems like they've already been in battle for like a couple of rounds before you guys showed up. Okay, so then the Lemures, same thing. I'm just gonna roll a d20.
Just remember,
they
they
also
minus a
missed.
d4.
Yeah, the Lemures, it's a 12 on the die, minus d4, so they all miss their attacks as well. So there's just a battle happening between the Hell Riders and the Lemures, but no one is dying yet. Cool. So then, Rowan, it's your turn.
Alright. First of all, can I rage?
Yes, you may as a bonus
or
action.
do bonus action first?
Yes.
Alright. So she's pissed off that all this is happening in her city, and her eyes just start glowing like fire. And she's gonna take a swing at the imp right in front of her with her great axe.
All right. So MC.
Now you're fighting someone your own size. He doesn't actually say that.
30-20?
That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage, and plus your rage damage on top of that, which I think would be like a +2 damage. Yeah, I think you might have to look at like
Yeah.
the barbarian like chart or something, but I think it's +2.
+2 should be.
Yeah. Okay. So 9 + 2, so 11 damage. All right. So you kill it in one foul swoop.
I just imagine I like swat it with my great axe like it's a fly.
All right, and it is bifurcated down the middle. Anything else you want to do? You're free to move now.
And then I'm going to use my movement speed and oh, yeah, just right there.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Back up to the top is Giles.
Okay. I'll just keep this short and sweet. I'm going to start it with the. I'm going to start it with Imp D, actually. Just,
Okay. Go for it.
Let's see. It's 16.
That hits.
And I do 3 radiant damage. But now it can't go invisible in case it tries to go invisible and attack Alina. And then I will use my bonus action to turn around. I'm going to give Rowan once again Bardic Inspiration.
Nice. All right, Rowan, remember that you have that.
Yeah, I forgot last time. Thank you.
Oh. And that only lasts an hour, right?
Yeah.
So the first one has worn off since it
Yeah.
took you guys an hour to get back to the city, but now you have a new one.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes, it is my
Alright.
turn.
Alina, you have an imp cackling in your face.
I'm still allowed to do everything even though I have a concentration spell going.
Yeah, so
Okay.
if you take damage, you'll have to roll a concentration check to see if you can maintain concentration on the spell, but for now you can do whatever you want.
I'm standing right next to the imp, so can I just use my staff to whack him?
Yeah, totally. You just whack him.
Okay.
Whack a bull.
Yep, exactly.
Whack a rat.
Do you have Shillelagh?
I don't
No.
yet. I don't have it. Do I just hit the hit/DC?
Yes.
If you have soul dead.
Oh no. Well, that's a miss.
You do have a heroic inspiration.
Yeah, you do have one inspiration
Okay.
for this session, and this is I'll say this
The
last scene of the session, so.
Okay, so then just roll it again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I
go for
use
it.
that? Okay.
Yep, if you would like to. Nice. We love to see that.
Does that change?
Okay, so you attempt to swat away at this imp, but it's like it's fluttering its little devilish wings around you and avoids your staff. Anything else you want to do?
No, I'll stay here because
Okay.
opportunity.
So then next up is Imp A next to Alphonse. It's gonna try to bite you. And it
AC
It only
16.
rolls a 10, so it misses. So you definitely step aside as it tries to chomp down on you. Alright, that's its turn. And then Imp D will do the same. We'll try to bite Alina. And it only rolls a 10. Wow, bad rolls for these guys. Okay, so you also definitely step aside as it tries to sink its fangs into you. And then on Rhea's turn, she sees Grace is like cowering over here. So she's gonna like push through to get to this corner, and like Grace is gonna step forward to try to like reach out her hand to grab Rhea's hand. But as she steps forward, a devil appears in the building. The door like opens behind Grace, and a devilish hand comes out of the doorway and grabs Grace and yanks her inside the building, and she disappears from your view. And as she's being yanked, Rhea grabs onto her like rainbow scarf and like tries to hold on to her, but she's unable to. And Grace screams and is pulled into the building and disappears.
I thought she gave
and
the rainbow scarf to Giles.
She gave a thread of.
Thread.
Oh, a thread of it. Okay.
So Rhea is holding on to. She's like, no. She's holding onto the rainbow scarf that Grace was wearing as Grace disappears from your view. And as all of this happens, two massive creatures fly down from outside from the companion up in the sky and land on the street. Two massive red pit fiends land on the street and bellow out a massive roar, and like they have huge gargantuan wings and nasty looking like huge blades, and all of the Hell Riders like see this, see these two creatures arrive here at the scene, and all of you have like a sense of absolute terror. Like, you guys can tell there is no possible way that you can defeat these creatures. They are so above your level, it's insane. The Hell Riders dutifully like step forward to try to like block the path of these things as they like step forward. And like a battle commences between the Hell Riders and the Pit Fiends and the Mirrors, and the Hell Riders are just getting absolutely decimated by these things. Rhea sees that like there's no hope for you guys to defeat these creatures, so she disengages from this thing and calls out to you, "I hate to do this, but we have to retreat." And as she screams that out, the ground begins to shake. The earthquake beneath your feet gets like incredibly intense, and you guys are all like barely able to stay on your feet. She screams, "Go back out there! Back out the front gate!" Because you guys could hear the chains that like all came out of the companion up above, and like sunk into the earth around the city on the perimeter of the city. You hear them like being pulled up into the companion, and like you could feel the earth beneath your feet is like lifting up off the ground. So Rhea screams, "Everybody get back out the front gate!" So the combat's actually going to end here. So all of you guys take this opportunity. I'm assuming like maybe Rowan has like one last moment like of hesitation or something because of your family here.
Oh yeah.
But like you can tell like if you don't jump if you don't get through the front gate and like jump back to the ground, you're going to be lifted into the air with the entire city as it's being pulled up toward the companion. So
Yeah.
all of you just turn and run for your lives as all hope seems to be lost. And you sprint out through the front gate, and as the earth is literally being lifted up out of the ground, you're just barely able to make it in time through the front gate and like leap off of it down to the stable ground beneath you. And you guys all turn around and look up to see the city of Elturel is being lifted by the chains up into the air. There's like massive rocks and dirt and earth is like falling down to the ground, and you see there's just a massive crater now in the earth where the city once was, and it is being lifted by the chains all the way up into the companion, and then all of it, there's like a crackling of lightning in an instant, and it all disappears from your view. The city of Elturel is gone, and all of you are left standing there. There's just a massive crater now in the earth where the city was just like 5 seconds ago. And Rhea is holding Grace's rainbow scarf in her hand, and she just falls to her knees like completely shell-shocked, and she just like hugs it and begins to weep.
Parker, I want to make sure that when we run out and like leave, I actually put the fiddle back and like very gently. And when we like land, like when we actually jump and land, I want to make sure I land with on my back basically, and holding the fiddle as to make sure it doesn't like hit anything.
And then Grush lands on top of both. Just kidding.
Tom and Jerry just like.
So yeah, you guys are all standing around outside of where the front gate used to be of Elturel. The city is now gone. There's a massive crater in the earth, like smoking crater, and there's a number of civilians also around you who also like happen to escape through the gates of the city. Everybody just seems completely shell-shocked, and that's where we're going to end the session.
Exploding cultists and magically
Floating
disappearing
cities.
cities, yeah, and a great start.
All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that. Sorry that we went over by like an additional 40 minutes, but I wanted to make sure we got to this ending point because of the circumstances.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm
the
just
city of
imagining-
Elturel has disappeared.
I'm just
What comes
imagining
next?
Ryan's. Oh, sorry. Oh, you
Oh, you'll find out. You'll find out.
he just shows up. Hey guys.
All right, so
Oh, what happened to the city?
I hope everybody enjoyed that first session.
That was awesome.
I've only DM'd a couple of times, so I hope I wasn't like bad at it or anything.
No, I like how you
did,
did.
son. You did
It was
good.
so good.
Cool. So yeah, is everybody cool to meet again next Monday?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
should be.
Awesome.
That's pretty good.
All right, I'm gonna have to do some work to prep for the next session, but hopefully I'll be able to do it in time. All right. So thanks for playing, everybody. And I forgot to mention, you all level up to level 2.
Let's
Yay.
go.
Oh, shit. Are we doing
So-
that in our off time?
Yeah, you guys can do that in your off time. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me or Raiden or Trevor. All three of us are pretty knowledgeable about the game.
I
Does
thought Parker was gonna fucking go. If anyone needs any help, just ask right.
I mean, Raiden is the most knowledgeable, so go ahead and ask him first
Does
if you
a,
want any specific questions.
Does a level up count as a long rest?
Yes, you guys will get a long rest. I'll say the start of the next session is going to be like, so just as an epilogue to this, you guys are just so that you guys know what's going to happen next session, you guys are going to be traveling with this now caravan of refugees. The session is going to start with you guys at the gates of Baldur's Gate. So this whole caravan has decided the only place we can go, the nearest city is Baldur's Gate, so we all have to go there. So yeah, you guys are going to be arriving at the gates of Baldur's Gate at
Oh,
the next session.
I level up. That means I get to roll my D8. Let's go. Let's see what I
So
get.
it takes like a 10 days for you to get from Elturel to Baldur's Gate. So you can actually come up with anything you would want to have done along the travel of this 10-day travel with this group of refugees to Baldur's Gate. If you wanted to do anything specific, you can. Yeah, so that's where we're going to start the next session.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, everybody go ahead and level up your characters whenever you're able to, and I will see you next Monday.
Thank you so much.
Be present.
All right, awesome.
Good.
Look forward to it, Ryan.
Sweet.
Yeah. I get that. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us for session 1 of the campaign. I hope to see you guys next Monday. We'll be starting again at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope all of you guys have a lovely evening. Sweet dreams, jelly beans, taco machines. Mwah! Bye, everyone.